Good afternoon. It is 2:59. I'm Joseph Bonanno from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. It is the Titans bye week, so no practice for the team until next week when they get ready for their first divisional game versus the Colts. It was reported earlier today that quarterback Will Levis is dealing with an AC sprain in his throwing shoulder. However, he is expected to be good to go after the bye week. In NFL news today, Browns running back Nick Chubb has returned to practice after being activated off IR earlier this week. Chubb dealt with a gruesome knee injury in the middle of last season. The MLB Wildcard Series wraps up tonight as the Mets and Brewers get set for Game 3. First pitch at 6. Winner will advance to the NLDS to face the Phillies. Tonight, it's Thursday Night Football between the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Atlanta Falcons. You can catch Westwood One call of the game right here on The Zone starting at 7. For our foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home of the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. Hope you're having a great Thursday. Brent Doherty here. Yeah, that's me. Don Davenport is in Stillwater, Oklahoma, in advance of West Virginia at Oklahoma State.
That is correct.
Going to try to figure out what's going on with last year's rushing leader, Ollie Gordon Jr., has not surpassed 50 yards rushing in the last 4 games, and they've only played 5.
Don't look good.
So we're going to figure out about that. Our guy, Stormy Warren, who is like the country music radio maestro across the world and the MC for the world, lives in Nashville, and he's a big Oklahoma State fan, so he's going to pop on at 3:45 to figure out what Babs needs to know and what's going on with Ollie Gordon Jr., one of the best players in the country coming in, so it'll be good to check in with Stormy. Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. I'm in the building. That's right, people.
What's happening, Slay Dog?
Man, I'm out here just chilling, man. I went out on a little venture.
I literally was gonna ask you if you have had any adventures since I last saw you.
I did. This was more of a venture than adventure.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it was all good. I jumped on Cameo, man.
You jumped on Cameo.
I jumped on Cameo, man.
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw your little video.
And not the singer either.
Oh, yeah, word up.
Yeah, I couldn't wear that little outfit he had on.
Yeah,
not on that. That's probably more like OnlyFans or something. But
oh, Lord.
You remember the outfit he had on?
Oh, yeah.
In the video?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying.
Hey, pretty ladies around the world.
There you go.
Yeah, so Cameo first, then OnlyFans. Is that like your plan?
No, you know what? I talked to our boss about it. They was like, stay away from OnlyFans.
Okay.
So I said, okay.
Well, good.
I will. But
all right, so what are you doing on Cameo? I mean, I saw the video, and I think that people will flood to you for little announcements for people in their lives.
That's all it's for, man. The shout-outs that people hit me up in the DM about, you know what I mean, give birthday shout-outs, anniversaries, pep talks, whatever it may be. It's all good energy, man. And you get a little taste of Slay off the scene, behind the scenes, if you will.
And it's a whole lot different than the Slay you already know.
Yeah, you get a personal Slay. So yeah, man. Just go to the social medias in the bio, man. Go ahead and click it. Let's get busy. Let's have some fun. So this is for the people that be asking me, like when we go out, you know what I mean? Hey, can you reach out to such and such? Or no, you can just reach out to me now. Make it easy for everybody. I mean, one central location.
Cameo.
What up? Word up.
Word up.
Word up. What up?
Oh, I don't know what up is.
I don't need that. Ain't no song.
So birthdays, like for your favorite family members or your kid won a championship in basketball and you want to get a little congratulations.
I gave a kid, a 6-year-old, a little pep talk last night.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, man. Shout out to him for Lil Teddy. My guy, Lil Teddy, man. Lil Teddy scored his first basket. You know,
there you go.
Gave him a little motivation to keep going.
Maybe kid's got a big game coming up and he's a little nervous.
I'm going to tell you what to do with them nerves.
Yeah, you get a little pregame talk for him.
Man, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a coach of a team could get you to do a
Coach,
pregame
you
talk.
want it? You want it?
We've done those live on air.
We have. And a lot of them didn't turn out the way we did.
Who was it, Trevecca, that was going to play for the baseball championship?
Yep. We did it twice, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're 0 for 2.
Yeah, that was all right. They did say they were hyped, though. So we conquered our goal.
Yeah, we did our job. Shout out Rebecca.
Yeah.
So there you can find Slay on Cameo.
Mm-hmm. Singing.
Weezy says back, fourth and fourth.
Okay. All right. I like it.
Brandon says, who did Dawn piss off at ESPN? No, she's getting good games.
I
think our last 3 games have all been 3 points or less.
Yeah. Pittsburgh, West Virginia. Texas. She started out with Texas.
That was a
got to see them. Yeah, but she got to see them up close and personal. First
there was a Virginia game thrown in there with somebody.
Wake Forest.
That was a 1-point game.
Yep.
So
North Carolina and Duke.
That was a 1-point game.
Yep. Look at us, boy. We on your schedule.
See, we can't manage our own world, but we know what's going on with her.
We can help with
I didn't even know about the Bavarian Beer House remote yesterday until the day before. I thought it was next week.
That's good.
And Babs reminded us, and I'm like, thankful for the team mom.
Yeah. She always hold it down. Got all kind of apple sauces and juices for you after.
So a friend of mine told me, y'all need a whiteboard in the studio. I'm like, we have one.
Yeah, we got one.
But it has other stuff on it.
Yeah, it's taken
like
up.
Good Guy Award and Nathaniel watch list.
I got
movies that Slay needs to see.
I got a Good Guy Awards. Yep.
So we do have the.
It's got a Nathaniel. Wow, I didn't even know this was on. It's a Nathaniel consideration for Hall of Fame.
Oh, what you got in there?
Matt Ryan and Jim Irsay.
I will say Matt Ryan's doing a good job in the broadcast.
He's doing a really good. But we said that.
Yeah, and it's funny because usually they throw it, when they throw it to highlights, they throw it to like a broadcaster type guy, not the analyst type guy. But they throw it to Matt Ryan, and he does great.
He does.
Thanks, Jim. We go to Pittsburgh. Hines Ward around the end for the touchdown.
Easy.
Easy 15 years ago. But why'd I pick Hines Ward?
That was a good one. Because you wanted to go to Pittsburgh.
I mean, I could have. John Stallworth.
Yeah, anybody.
Yeah. 615-737-1045 if you want in. If you would like to watch the show, you can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Thank you, Bonanno. The F&M Bank Chat is open. Vols will wear at Arkansas what uniform combination? I've got it.
Okay.
I don't know why I asked the question.
I was about to give the answer.
And I thought you was asking Zeph because I was like, I don't usually get these answers.
You don't know?
I know it, but I was like, I don't get these answers. I did see one rumor.
Do you like this combo?
Out there, yes.
Okay, what's the rumor out there?
The rumor was the orange helmets for this game.
They said white helmets.
Yeah, no, that was the rumor. But it was corrected with the white helmets.
I thought you meant the rumor is going to be that they're going to switch.
No. And I'm all for that. Like, wear the orange helmets for somebody like Kent State or...
What will they wear for Florida next week?
That's a night game, too.
Night game. I talked to Todd Father this morning because...
oh, that's a good question.
DraftKings put out an advanced line on Tennessee, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And so Tyler up in Knoxville, he just screenshot it, and it didn't have the sports book in it, and so I didn't know what it was. So I asked him, and when I asked him, I got lots of hate from one dude.
Ooh, wow.
I was like, hey man, hopefully you can show some positivity towards someone today. Please. How about that?
Please, brother.
Just bringing down the world.
You know what you do?
I used my line. I said, I love me, so you don't have to. Maybe you can show some positivity toward anyone today. Hopefully.
Yes, please.
Goof ass.
You got to put brother behind it. And then they'll be like, dang, I can't. Okay, all right.
Put brother behind it?
Yeah, that brings people down at least 2 notches. So if they're at 10, at least they get to 8.
Well, the first message I sent him was jerk, so.
Well.
That got him going. That got him going anymore. Anyway, the advanced line was 20. So I asked Todd.
Oh.
And Todd said, that's not far off. He goes, my advanced numbers right now, I have it between 17.5 and 20.5.
Wow.
Tennessee could be a 20-point favorite over Florida, which kind of shows you where those two programs are.
And you know what the wildest thing about that is, like walking into that game, I want it to happen. Me knowing it's a rivalry, though, I just can't see rivalries. 20?
I was in the building in 1990 when Tennessee won 45-3 over Florida, and that was Steve Spurrier. And that was an avalanche. It was 7-3 at halftime, and Dale Carter returned the second half kickoff for a touchdown, and then it was over. Oh, yeah. I mean, plowed.
Yeah.
Vaughn Reeves threw a tight end, threw a touchdown pass to Carl Pickens with a glove on, an offensive lineman glove on.
Just doing anything. Man.
Yeah, and Tony Thompson went nuts. Last year, Tennessee was a 6-point favorite and lost in Gainesville. 2 years ago, this is from Chris Lowe, because I told Chris about this, and he's coming on the show today at 3:20 momentarily. But I asked Chris about it. I said, would 17.5 to 20.5, that would be the biggest line for Tennessee over Florida, right? And he sent me like the point spreads all the way back to 1997.
Yeah, Lee, CeeLo.
Last year, Tennessee, a 6-point favorite, lost in Gainesville. 2 years ago, I asked him about 2 years ago. I said, what were they, like 10.5? And that I think that was the biggest line. Yep. They were an 11-point favorite in 2022. I remember that
because we were like, dang, that's a lot of points, but still, they could do it.
Yep. Florida in 2021, 19-point favorite, 138-14. Florida, 18-point favorite in 2020, 131-19. In 2019, Florida by 13, they won 34-3. You got to go back to 2016 before the last two seasons to find Tennessee a favorite. They were favored by 5 and won 38-28 in 2016. So, yeah, we can go through this a little bit later. But they potentially having a historic point spread coming up.
I can't wait to get to that week.
Well, you got to get through this one first.
Oh, yeah. No, eyes are on the prize. This ain't no trap game or anything to me going against Arkansas.
I saw Dave Hooker put out that this was a trap game, and I'm like, I really don't think, like, this team's not going to go, maybe they go undefeated, maybe the odds are they don't, right? Like, odds are you slip up at some point.
You have to.
Especially with the competition.
You expect to, yeah.
That's coming up, but I don't think, like, even if they lost a game to Arkansas, I don't think it would be considered a trap game. I don't think this team will buy into anything like that. Like, you're not going to catch them slipping. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, a trap game is you don't show up. Like, you just get done in. Like, I think somebody will beat them. Or
like Vanderbilt at Georgia State.
There you go. Exactly. But I think you're maybe not on top of your game. Like, it's a little low here and there. But as far as them looking past an opponent, I don't think it's anyone in the SEC that you look past outside of – only one that a trap game I would consider for Tennessee would be homecoming against Mississippi State, as bad as they are. Because the next week you got Georgia. And it's right between Kentucky and Georgia. Kentucky you always going to get up for. Mississippi State is just so bad right now from us watching.
Kentucky I can't figure out. Like
that's why you'll be heightened.
Because my guess is Tennessee probably will not be able to run the ball like they normally do against Kentucky. And so that'll have to be like a Nico and man-to-man situation type game.
Mm-hmm. But you won't.
But Ole Miss couldn't take
your alerts will be up.
Ole Miss couldn't take care of that,
right?
And they've got one of the best receiver rooms in the country too. So
I would think your alert over Vandy.
Jackson Dart was completing 80% of his passes before that game.
Yep.
So that one was a shocker to me.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world did Kentucky lose to South Carolina?
Yeah,
isn't that bizarre?
I think the book's out on everyone now.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, we got to be paying attention.
You kind of know what everybody is. Yeah. Missouri, I'm still waiting to see on,
Me too.
on Texas.
This will be a good week.
This will be a good week. To get another data point. DJ in Nashville. DJ, what's up?
Well, that's the quickest I've ever been on the line, they call that. You know,
there you go, DJ. Well, guess what? DJ, you got to make sure you put a cord in the payphone next time. Don't tell the operator to connect you.
Yeah. That's old school, man.
There you go.
What's up? What's up, man?
What's up, brother? How you doing today, man?
Yeah, man, I'm doing good. I just want to temper the moment because I went to I went to Florida, Tennessee games, all these times and all that stuff, and I graduated UT, but we can't forget about Florida. But we have something coming up this weekend, Arkansas.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
We start talking about Florida too quick. We're getting too confident. Arkansas could easily come through there and beat us next week. Couple fumbles, couple interceptions, couple touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
But, man, national championship year, week roll, 98, T. Martin just basically goes over and claps right in Steve Spurrier's face. But the one game that we had to get through was the Arkansas game.
That's right.
Clint Stoner and
That's right.
Push back, stepping on his foot, fumbling the ball, rain game. I was there. We can't forget about this week against Arkansas.
Absolutely.
But they're coming in to prove something, man. They're at home.
Night game.
We got to get through this game first.
Yeah. And
I'm on headphones, drinking some Secret 7 and Sprite.
Yeah.
I'm cussing at the game because we're down and out. This is 98, and they just about kicked me out of the game because I'm cussing because I had to walk. My thing was that year, I had to walk out of the seats and go to the turnstiles so we could come back, and we did it like 3 times. It was a Florida game. They almost kicked me out of the game.
Wow.
And then I said, I apologize. We go down there, and literally the first play, once I come back down, Clint Stoner gets stepped on his foot. He fumbles the ball, and then Travis Henry runs it all the way down about 4 or 5 plays, you know. And that was the game that won us the national championship. So we cannot forget about these Razorbacks.
Absolutely. Shout out. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, and I think you got to understand, too, it's us talking. I don't think the team at all is thinking about overlooking any opponent. That's why I was like, this is us communicating as
But sometimes teams do show that.
You can.
That's why my point was I don't think you'll see that from this group. They're so dialed in.
I think this team is ready to knuckle up and get to it.
I was in Section A that day and when Tennessee played Arkansas. And when we've had Billy on, you know him, Billy Radcliffe on, and the story is true. T. Martin was starting to unstrap his shoulder pads when he threw the interception, came over the sideline. Billy Radcliffe told him, "Don't take your uniform off. I'm going to get the football." And he did. Right, and then their 2-minute offense was just like he described: Travis Henry.
Cheese.
And that was an incredible game for sure. All right, when we come back, we'll visit with Chris Lowe. We'll talk some college football as we get ready for this weekend, and we'll do that next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Big Slay coming to you, holistic stem cell therapy, KellumStemCellInstitute.com. Now, many patients have experienced remarkable results, and they have their own testimonies to share with you. I have my own as well, man. My right knee was acting up, inflammation all through it. Same thing with my hip, same thing with my shoulder. It's just, listen, wear and tear over time. This just doesn't happen to athletes. This is for the everyday person out there that is working. Person that likes to get active, loves to have hobbies, out there playing pickleball, likes to go running, whatever it may be. Inflammation attacks the body. We know that, but guess what? Your body, your cells, your solution. Those stem cells, they attack the inflammation in the body. And we all know that autoimmune disorders derive from inflammation, so let Kellum Stem Cell help you attack it. Autism to arthritis, I'm telling you right now, congestive heart failure. Call and set up your consultation today, 615-850-4415. That is the number, 615-850-4415. KellumStemCellInstitute.com.
I want to tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. Me and Slay both know the Amamali family very, very well. They are awesome people, and you're going to absolutely love them. You've got gifting responsibilities throughout the course of the year. Why wait until the last second to try to figure something out? Always have the go-to. The go-to is Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Check them out online, BrentwoodJewelry.com. If you're a watch guy like me, there's no better place to shop than Brentwood Jewelry. It has a large selection of timepieces, they do, including brands like Bremont, Tissot, Oris, Longines, Luminox, Hamilton. I just got a Hamilton watch from them. Don't forget about Brentwood Jewelry's pre-owned Rolex marketplace with 5 pre-owned Rolexes for a fraction of the cost. Every watch they sell has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance and is presented with a 2-year warranty. They offer an extensive online selection of 5 pre-owned Rolex watches. Their selection includes both prior models and the current models for which you can compare. Brentwood Jewelry, helping you pop the question too. Let them help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. Anything jewelry-wise that you need, they have. 7012 Church Street, located in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Let's talk some college football. Chris Lowe with us from ESPN.com. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Chris, what's up? How are you?
Doing great. It's good to be with you guys as we, I guess, head into our first Saturday in October for college football.
First Saturday in October. I guess the marquee game so far, let's go ahead and jump on in it, at least within the conference. Texas A&M, and what do they do at quarterback? Do they go Marcel Reed? Is Wegman better? If Wegman's not hurt, is he back in there? And Missouri, I feel like we really don't know Missouri yet either. So, interesting matchup here in College Station.
I think Missouri's the biggest enigma in the conference right now because they are better, and I think have better personnel than they played at this point. Now, they've won, but they just eked out a couple games against teams that did not have the type of talent that they did.
Yeah, and no explosive plays, Chris.
No, and Luther Burden's sort of been AWOL. Well, he's a terrific talent, and we just have not seen they've not been able to get him going, and they're going to need to beat the best teams in their schedule. They still have a schedule that is very manageable. I mean, their schedule's a lot easier than Georgia's, Tennessee's, and really, I think their schedule and Ole Miss's schedule, and Ole Miss has already lost of those supposedly top-tier teams were the easiest. Here's the thing about A&M. I don't know why you go away from Reed at this point. You know exactly what you are with him at quarterback. He's healthy. He gives them a different dimension. To me, you don't fix what's not broken.
Absolutely, you don't. So, if that's the case, what are you doing when you're going with Marcel Reed? Can that defense stand up against what Luther Burden and those guys are supposed to do? Because that running game, when Mayer's talking about explosives, I thought that was something you could lean on, and that's what got them to the explosive plays because of the running game. And I don't think you can replace the running back that they had.
Schrader,
yeah.
You could defend the run without adding people to the box,
right?
Yeah, Schrader was a man. He really was, and that's something. Slay, you're exactly right. I mean, I don't think we knew. I knew the kid could play,
right?
But I think now you appreciate him even more when you see him. He's not gone, but I've seen A&M live this year, and I'm not surprised because Mike Elko, his MO is tough blue collar football, being able to be good up front on defense, to run the football, and that's who they are. Their defensive line, starting with Nick Scorton, it's really good. They come after the quarterback. They're a physical, good tackling unit. So yeah, I think Missouri, you're dead on. They're going to have to make some big plays. I don't think they're just going to line up and go on 70 and 80-yard drives against these guys. They're going to have to make some big plays down the field, and that absolutely is where Luther Bird comes in. Now, this is going to tell us a lot, really, about both teams. A&M, I know they were disappointed, that they couldn't get that first game against Notre Dame.
Yeah.
But if they can win this one, then that will be a pretty nice bounce back. And I think for Missouri, if they win, then they've got a chance they're going to have some bigger games coming up. They've got a chance to play their way into the playoff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they're currently ranked 9th and they're 4-0. So if they get to 5-0, their upcoming schedule at UMass, then Auburn, then it's a little bit tougher. At Alabama, obviously, will be a tough one. Oklahoma, at South Carolina won't be easy for them, I don't think. And then Arkansas to close it. Their schedule, if you roll through the SEC schedule, is probably the lightest. But yeah, we'll see what they are this weekend.
Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt of the top two. It's the easiest. Here would be my question: you just laid it out there, Brent. What if they go through that schedule and lose a relatively close game to Alabama and they're 11-1? Do they get in?
I think it depends on what else happens in the SEC. Maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they'd be in the consideration.
Oh, for sure. I think you would have to be out of the SEC at 11-1. We're going to talk about Auburn, Georgia, and Alabama, Vanderbilt. But before we do that, let's talk about Alabama and Georgia. How crazy was that football game for Georgia to come back from 28-0 down to take the lead, and then one play later, the 17-year-old strikes?
What a great player Williams is. And then the other freshman in the other end zone, Xavier Brown, with a terrific interception.
Yes.
Really, two freshmen saved the Crimson Tide in that game. This is going to sound crazy because I don't want to diminish what Alabama did to be able to win that game. Kalen DeBoer. I mean, when you look at all the his record against the top coaches, I mean, it speaks for itself. But I really believe the way Georgia came back in that second half and the pride that they showed is going to serve them pretty well the rest of the season. I mean, I think just sort of fold their tanks and Bama just continues to wear them out. I don't know if they get back up from that. I think now Georgia does get back up from that game. And I think they still have a really good chance to make the playoffs. And in some ways, knowing Kirby Smart as I do and the way he runs his program, that might have been the best thing to happen to him the other night, to get just the Fannings completely kicked in the first half, and yet have the wherewithal and the pride to get up off the deck and actually take the lead in that game.
Yeah.
And then get beat with an unbelievable play. Yeah, I'm taking nothing away from Bama at all. But I really think that game is something that you just put it this way: Georgia will be heard from again this season.
That's what I was going to say. You got Auburn, and then you have, I believe, Mississippi State that they have to play all this tune-up games as far as when you're trying to get this offense going the way it is, playing the way you want to, high speed. I thought, man, physicality. That was one of the first times in the last 3 years that I saw Georgia not come out and show the physicality that they usually do. You think they get back to that in that Auburn, Mississippi State leading up to when they had to go play Texas?
Yeah, I think so. And I tell you what, like number 4 on the edge had a lot to do with that. They could not tackle his rear end.
Yes.
I've not seen Georgia get beat on the edge like that in a long time.
That's right.
Kirby Smart said it. On the 4th and 1 play where he goes for 36 yards, I'm talking about Milroe. Malachi Starks says he's not the best safety in America. He's one of the top 2 or 3 safeties in America.
Yeah.
He could not run with Milroe and could not get him on the ground.
Yeah.
That's how good an athlete Milroe is. You talk about explosive, dynamic. The kid, you ever see him up close, shirt on? He looks like a running back. He's like 228, looks like he's been chiseled out of stone, and he's the fastest, if not the fastest player, one of the top 2 fastest players in the field every time he touches the field. He is a big play waiting to happen.
Right.
Well, let's talk about that Auburn-Georgia game. So Auburn, obviously the problems at quarterback that reared their ugly head again with Peyton Thorne throwing the pick 6. They lose to Oklahoma. Credit Oklahoma for going back-to-back SEC games for the first time on the road, hostile environment against a mediocre team at best, but still finding a way to win. Auburn gets a huge quarterback commitment today. The number 2 dual-threat passer in the country flips from Notre Dame to Auburn. We've been talking about that for a few weeks, and it finally happened. But how do you see this matchup playing itself out? Georgia, a huge favorite over Hugh Freeze in Auburn.
Yeah, not good for Hugh and the Plainsmen, because Georgia coming off that game, this is, again, when you play Georgia, of course, they haven't lost much, those last 3 years, but you get them coming off a loss, they're going to be, I think they'll be healthier. They're certainly going to be nasty and upset, and I don't think this is good at all for Hugh Freeze. And just, again, Auburn just is so limited offensively against that defense. It's a bad match. How come every time we talk about Auburn's woes, Dawn's never around?
Isn't that funny? She's not around for this, too. From the Bear put this out there. Hugh Freeze is now 4-10 in his last 14 games against FBS opponents, and he's 3-9 in his last 12 against Power 4 teams.
And listen, he will tell you, and I'm talking, he had no idea that they would struggle like this to start the season. He knew that they weren't there, they'd not arrived.
Yeah.
He thought they'd be a lot better, and certainly thought they would be more serviceable than they've been at quarterback. But for all those people saying that he's going to get fired, there's a chance of him get fired.
No.
Here's where coaches get fired early in their tenure, is when things just go south the way they have, everything's apathetic, and you're not recruiting. Auburn's recruiting as well as just about anybody in the country.
They could finish number 1. Yep.
That's where you see, everybody wants to see a future. You want to see where a program is headed. And the thing, I think, if you want to look at, I'm not carrying water for Hugh Freeze's staff, but they've continued to recruit like gangbusters during a tough time for the program. And you got to think in the next year or two with who they're bringing on campus that they're going to be pretty good. So that's what you look to when you're trying to make a decision on the coach in his first couple of years when things aren't going well in the field. How are they recruiting? Who are they beating off the field to get great players? And they certainly have done their share of that over the last year or two.
Chris Lowe with us from ESPN.com.
CeeLo, what's your thoughts on this Alabama matchup versus Vandy? Vandy got a fighting chance, talking about getting up off the mat. Off a bye week
they got
now.
a fighting chance. I think this is a hard game for Alabama coming off
I agree.
that win, the emotional high. Everyone expects them to walk right in there to West End and win easily. Listen, we've seen this year. Now, I know that was a disappointing loss at Georgia State for Clark Lee, but that is a well-coached football team. It's hard to come away from watching Vanderbilt play, and I don't care, which game you watch, but maybe outside of that game, and not say, hey, these guys are sound, they do what they're supposed to do, they tackle well, all the things you look for in a good, well-coached football team, Auburn does. Plus, they got a quarterback, Pavia, that will fight your butt to the end.
Right.
And you want a guy like that at quarterback who's going to go down swinging on every play. So I'm not necessarily predicting that Vanderbilt's going to win, but I do think this is a really tough assignment for Alabama coming off that game last week and going against a Vanderbilt team that's got nothing to lose. And I bet you they play that way too.
Yeah.
Chris Lowe with us on 3HL. All right, Ole Miss. Let's talk about that Ole Miss-Kentucky game last week, because Kentucky lose, it gets blown. I mean, their doors blown off by South Carolina at home. Then they put up the defensive performance against Georgia, lose by 1 there, led most of the way. And then this performance against Ole Miss, that defensive line is legit. It's very difficult to run on them, which makes these high-tempo offenses, it makes it difficult for them to get going fast. What do you see with Kentucky? What do you see with Ole Miss as Ole Miss prepares for South Carolina?
I'm not sure Ole Miss is as good up front offensively as they thought they were or anybody thought they were. That's the first thing. Now, that's the first team they had played, really, that had any chance to beat them.
Yeah.
Kentucky. I think that's the first thing. I still think Jackson Dart is a really good quarterback. I think Ole Miss is much, much improved on defense. Because it wasn't the defense that lost in that game the other day. They've got to be able to run it better. But listen, man, you nailed it, Brent. Kentucky up front defensively, the South Carolina game was a head scratcher, but remember, I think the Gamecocks scored on a pick 6, and I think there was another turnover on like the 20-something that set up a touchdown for the Gamecocks. So this is a defense that whoever plays Kentucky this year, you're going to have to deal with these guys because Deion Walker, he ain't no joke.
Number 0.
In the middle of that defensive line. He may be your first interior defensive lineman taken in the draft, and he's not the only one. I mean, they are really a load. And Mark Stoops' defensive game plan against Ole Miss was excellent. And they would not let them run the ball.
Yeah.
They were able to keep them from making big plays down the field. So I think Kentucky will be much more of a factor down the stretch. I'm not saying they're going to win 9 or 10 games, but I think they will be a factor when teams play them because they've had a tough schedule so far. I mean, they already had to play Ole Miss and Georgia. They're going to factor into this SEC race one way or the other.
Man, I hope Ole Miss and Jackson Dart have watching film because they got a guy over there in South Carolina, Kyle Kennard and Dylan Stewart. Them two young men, boy, they know they like to meet at the quarterback.
He looks like a power forward,
man.
The Gamecocks defensive line's very underrated too. Both those kids inside. Hemingway's a good player. Sanders is a good player. And remember, the Gamecocks are a bad call or two, a turnover or two away from
undefeated,
being beaten too. So listen, the SEC this year, and there's a lot of teams, and we talked about this in August. There's a lot of teams right there in the middle of the league, sort of grouped together. Yeah. That if you don't play well, they're going to beat your butt. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why you look at the rest of this season. To me, it's going to come down to who's healthy, who can play guys that are second-team tackles and second-team quarterbacks and second-team cornerbacks and not have big drop-offs. Because in this league, to get through this league, you better be better than just your 1 through 22. You better be good through, say, 38 or 40. And that's where depth starts to show up the most, especially as you start to get into October and then on if it's November.
Tennessee going out to Fayetteville. Night game is going to be rowdy. They've been waiting on it. They've been inching closer. Is this as simple as keep Taylor Green and Jackson in check for Arkansas and you can walk away with a victory, or is it a little bit more complicated than that?
Well, first of all, Slade, can you do the Big Suey? Can you call the Hogs?
Slay.
No.
Slay. We just had a guy call. We just had a Tennessee fan in advance of the Georgia-Alabama game call in and said "Roll Tide rolled," and it threw Slay into another universe.
Yeah, that's a rivalry. You know what? You know what school I wanted to go to before picking Tennessee, right?
You an Arkansas man?
Nolan Richardson all day long.
I know you like Vandy too.
Hurt me to my heart, man. Yep, them two right there, boy. Those were the two.
40 minutes of hell. Now, to answer your question, the Hog, I think you're going to see Nico Iamaleava.
Yeah.
Nailed that
I
last.
like that low. I like that low.
I think you're going to see him throw the ball down the field more than he has because they really haven't needed to a lot.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it some. They shut it down the second half against Oklahoma because they were dominating a lot of scrimmage. The Hogs have given up some big plays. I'm not sure how good they are against the pass. I bet you Tennessee takes some shots in this game, maybe more than they've taken. I bet they open it up too with some with the run game. I think he has his biggest game yet throwing the football, and I think that's why Tennessee wins it. Listen, Arkansas, though, with Kalen Green, he is a running quarterback who is a good thrower down the field. He's big. He's physical. Bobby Petrino, his coach, is one of the best in the business. He's a load. I mean, remember, this is a team that gained 640 yards in the opener against Oklahoma State and lost because they dropped a punt. They had a pick six. The thing Green hasn't done, Slay and Brent, is he's not taking care of the football great. He's turned it over. And I think for Arkansas to have a chance in this game, he's going to have to play the cleanest game he's had yet and not turn it over and get it to the second half. But I think if you're Josh Heupel, what you're looking forward to is getting this team down when you get up by double digits or whatever and really finishing the game on the road. I think that's the thing that he wants to see his team do coming out of a break. They should be healthy, Tennessee, is to get this team in the second half, have a lead, and just completely finish it in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I said the exact same thing about Nico. I think this is his national little coming out party, statistically speaking, because of the way Arkansas plays on defense. But yeah, and positive news on the little injury report that they don't call an injury report, participation report or whatever. Neither Lance Hurd nor John Campbell Jr., the two offensive tackles, were on that sheet, and those guys are both 6'6", around 340.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those guys I think we saw in the Oklahoma game. And this is not a knock on Tennessee's second team tackles. They got to keep those guys healthy. That's to me again. That's the difference in Tennessee beating in Georgia and Alabama and not is number one being healthy or number two having guys that are in that second tier of players stepping up and playing like starters. So they need those guys healthy. Which again I think this bye for Tennessee comes at a good time because at least twice in the Oklahoma game, Nico got hit. And I'm not saying it was always the tackle's fault, but he got hit and really didn't see the pressure coming. Yeah. They got to prevent that. He's their bell cow. They cannot have Nico get hurt. They can't have him going into their biggest games of the year with a bad shoulder or a bad wheel. They need him 100%.
No question there. Hey, Chris, on the way out, give us about 30 seconds on UCF, Florida. This is where we are in this world. UCF, with Gus Malzahn and KJ Jefferson, is favored by 2.5 in Gainesville in the Swamp at night.
Yeah, I never thought I'd see that. I think that's just indicative of the. It's just broken right now in Brent, Florida. Billy Napier is a terrific guy. It just hasn't been a fit. And I said to you guys 2 weeks ago, I'll continue to say that thing's irreparable. And it's we'll see how they come back and play, but I just don't see any way that he's back as Florida's head football coach next season.
Thank you, Chris. Good stuff, man. Appreciate you. We'll check in next week.
Okay, guys.
See you, buddy. Florida schedule. Now we can read it off. You ready?
Yes.
Central Florida, at Tennessee, Kentucky, Georgia, at Texas, LSU, Ole Miss, at Florida State, who's 1-4. But, man, now we're into the grind with the Gators.
Yeah, this is it.
This is where
we said we needed them they needed to be right getting ready to go into this part, and they ain't right.
All right, when we come back, we'll visit with Stormy Warren, our friend from Country Radio. He's a big Oklahoma State fan, and he's going to have some things for Dawn that we'll pass along to her. He's going to the game, West Virginia at Oklahoma State. Stormy next on 104.5 The Zone. Gupta Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, SUV, or Jeep, get prepared to get that new vehicle this weekend. And Gupta's got you covered. Sprinter van, Ram truck selection is phenomenal. They've got Jeeps everywhere, all over that lot. Looks like the Jeep dealer threw up Jeeps on Gupta. They've got so many of them. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Best vehicle buying experience you will have ever had. So go tell Daniel Gupta and his crew what you're looking for. Maybe you need something with more space, more gas, better gas mileage. Maybe you need something cheaper month to month. Let them know. They'll point you in the right direction. You'll take your test drive. You'll go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in Springfield, Tennessee, just 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. Check them out online. GuptaMotors.com is the website. That's GuptaMotors.com. All the dealership information is there. Address, phone number, inventory, all the deals they have going on this month there. Get prepared to get that next new vehicle this weekend and get it from my friends at Gupta Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
I love living in Middle Tennessee. We've got great restaurants, entertainment, sports, and one of the nation's top Ford dealers right here in our backyard. Two Rivers Ford. Remember that name. Two Rivers has been a staple in our community since 1983. They're locally owned. They have a non-commissioned sales team, and they sell below MSRP. They've been doing business with integrity for decades. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Dawn Davenport headed to Stillwater, Oklahoma. She's already there to check out Mike Gundy, who she says she loves. Because I was like, do you love him? Is he fun, or is he kind of like the other way? She's like, no, he's great. And one of his better friends heard us talking about that yesterday, right as we went off the air. Said he would be nice enough to come on today. Friend of show, Stormy Warren joins us now.
Love it.
Basically, country music hierarchy at the top of the chain. Stormy Warren, and big Oklahoma State fan. Stormy, what's up, man? How are you?
Man, long time no talk. It's great. But, yeah, I literally got out of the grocery store yesterday, and as soon as I turned on the car radio, I heard they could win the Big 12, and I said they better be talking about the Cowboys. and sure enough, y'all were. So good on you all.
Well, and Dawn's been doing her homework, so she found out that they have the oldest offensive line in college football. We all know they've got a 7-year quarterback. My question, Stormy, as an Oklahoma State fan, what are we doing with Ollie Gordon Jr., who led the nation in rushing last year, had a great opener, but last 4 games under 50 yards rushing per? What are we doing?
I mean, he's got 330 yards total for the season so far.
Yeah.
I mean, definitely not up to the numbers that we're used to. And I'm not sure. I say we. I have nothing to do with the team, but you know.
Yes, you have a lot to do with that team. Don't undersell that.
We always say we as fans, you know, it's the big we word. I don't know what we're doing, and I don't know what we're doing wrong, because we have the offensive line. We've got everything in place to do the work, and Ollie is trying the holes, but they're just not there. So either defenses have really found his secret sauce, or he needs to find a new secret sauce. I don't know. It's coming, though. It's coming. He's going to find his juice.
I know you know Mike Gundy very, very well. Tell us about him. Let us inside a little bit. Like, if Slay and I sat down to dinner with Mike Gundy and you for like 2 hours, what kind of time would we have?
Well, as a person who has sat down for dinner and drinks with both of you separately, I would tell you absolute truth that he would be right there at the table and belong and be there right there with us. He's just the most down-to-earth, real guy you've ever met, and he is all the stuff, all the hype stuff you're seeing on press conferences.
Yeah,
I mean that's almost opposite of his real personality. I mean, we know people like that. Look at Clay Travis. Oh, sorry. We know people that are just opposite of what they show in press conferences and other things. And he is that guy. He is just the most real person you've ever met, and we've become good friends over the years.
Stormy, I got a buddy that's over there, man. He was at University of Tennessee when I was there, Dr. Valjean Ivan. Have you had an opportunity to run across him yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, man, well, if you do,
look for him.
Please find him, man, and, give him a big old hug for me, man. That's my guy. Helped me get through over there in Tennessee, man.
I will. I'm actually Chad Weiberg's guest in his suite this weekend, the athletic director for Oklahoma State, and really looking forward to it. And my boys are coming out, Jackson and Evan. We do an annual pilgrimage to Stillwater. My dad played there from 49 to 53. So everybody goes, well, you never went to Oklahoma State. I said, it doesn't matter.
That's right. That's right.
And that's okay. And I'm going back to school. I never finished college, so I've got 15 credits left, and I'm doing it online at Oklahoma State right now.
Are you really?
There you go.
Yeah, I am. I'm finishing up.
Wow. So how tough is that, I started to say, at our advanced age, to go back and keep up with that work? Yes, Slay did that too.
Miserable. It's miserable. I can't tell you how miserable it is. It's everything, because basically you give yourself PTSD for everything you hated about school to begin with, and you thought you got away with it, and now you're going back to it. So, but you come with a little more experience and wisdom, and so a lot of things are easier, and a lot of things are actually more difficult. But it's fun, and I challenge everyone, if you've always wanted that on your bucket list, go ahead and do it, because it's worth it, just for your own soul.
Well, holler at Dawn, Stormy. She said to text her, and she's already there. So she's got plenty of time on her hands.
Man, so you were just talking about Ollie Gordon. I think Bowman too, the QB. I think we're just seeing him find his strength. He's got a lot of happy feet right now. I think there's just a lot of confusion going on, and it's going to settle down. And I don't think Dawn was wrong when she said that this team could be in the run for another Big 12 matchup. And I don't know if that'll happen, but hopefully it'll turn around with West Virginia this week.
Need to win this one.
Stormy, let me ask you this real quick, man. With Oklahoma bolting and going to the SEC, where's that rivalry lie? Like you guys left and went out on top. What's the thoughts on it?
Well, you just said it. We went out on top. So that's mic drop there. But obviously, the entire state of Oklahoma and everybody who's watched Bedlam rivalry for years wants it back, and it will be back. Yeah. There was a lot of backdoor politics that went involved with that split. And as we know, and so we're going to let the dust settle on that for a few years, and then that rivalry will continue. I have no doubt. There's no way it can't.
Yeah, it has to.
Country music icon Stormy Warren, also the United States country music MC, among other things. Oklahoma State fan, need to win this one. And then at BYU, Stormy, I've heard that is the most incredible place to go watch a game. You need to do that. But then the schedule lightens up. So if you can get through these two with a couple wins, you could make that run.
Yeah, and we thought we were going to have a couple of wins going into that row. And so it's the challenge is even tougher now for the Cowboys, and they know it, and they're fired up for it, and Gundy's fired up for it. And so I think we can turn it around and make a good run, but we have the tools. It's not like it's a limping team. We're just limping with a good team, and we've just got to figure out how to turn the corner.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Safe travels. Go tell Dawn. Keep her in check.
Hey, I love you guys. You do a great job.
Love you, brother.
Every day.
Appreciate you, bro.
Love you, bro. Glad he texted yesterday. Who would have thought? You get an Oklahoma State rundown.
Hey, listen, we're here for it all, man.
Listen, he actually talked about this on the show before, and it's a really emotional thing, obviously, and you'll understand why when I tell you. He was emceeing the event in Las Vegas when that shooting happened, and he was on stage with Jason Aldean as the bullets were whizzing past them, watching people get hit. So anyway, Stormy does an incredible job. We're lucky to have him in this town, and glad he was able to call in. Hopefully he can get in contact with Dawn. All right, 4 o'clock hour coming up. At 4:20, we'll visit with Justin Melo. Covers the NFL and NFL Draft for the Draft Network. Also covers us at Titans for Broadway Sports Media. Has a new book out called Titans of the South. Go ahead and Google it. We'll talk with him at 4:20. It's football time in Tennessee. Where are you catching all the college and pro games this season? Scoreboard Bar and Grill is where. There are 3 locations. So one is near you, Scoreboard Opry near Opry Mills in Donaldson, Scoreboard Cedar Creek in Mount Juliet, and Scoreboard Four Corners in Laverne. Man, just all incredible locations. We've done shows from all 3 of those spots, and you're going to have a great time no matter which one you go to. All Scoreboard locations have brand new football menus with new food and drink items, sure to impress anyone. Some of the best hot chicken, slow smoked ribs, wings, and barbecue, the coldest beer, and the largest Bushwhacker selection in Nashville, and all locations have plenty of free parking. Scoreboard Bar and Grill has its own built-in party. Every Scoreboard has tons of TVs, and we'll have all of your favorite games on with full sound. Oh, and get this, Scoreboard giving away UT tickets to every home game all season long. All you have to do is pay attention to their socials, so search them out. You'll get more information there. If it's football time, it's Scoreboard time. Scoreboard Opry, Scoreboard Cedar Creek, and Scoreboard Four Corners.
Good afternoon. It is 4:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Titans are on a bye week this week, so no practice for the team until next week when they get ready for their first divisional game versus the Colts. It was reported earlier today that quarterback Will Levis is dealing with an AC sprain in his throwing shoulder. However, he is expected to be good to go after the bye week. In NFL news, Browns running back Nick Chubb has returned to practice today after being activated off the IR earlier this week. Nick Chubb suffered a gruesome knee injury in the middle of last season. Tonight, MLB Wildcard Series wraps up as the Mets and Brewers set up for Game 3. First pitch at 6. Winner will advance to the NLDS to face the Phillies on Friday. Tonight, Thursday night football between the Bucks and the Falcons. You can catch Westwood One call of that game right here on the Zone starting at 7. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home of the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. 4 o'clock hour is up and running. If you want in, 615-737-1045. We talked a lot of college football so far.
Absolutely.
I've got the PFF NFL quarterback rankings for the draft
already
coming up. Slay Dog is here.
I'm in the building. Better be ready.
Does the car have a roof?
Car ain't got no roof.
Big Slay Dog.
That's right, man. Shout out to Bill Jones. He said, only in Nashville can you get Ernest in the morning, which called into RKW this morning. Was it this morning or yesterday morning? I've been listening to it. Okay, forgot. Might have been yesterday morning. But
this week.
Yeah, it was this week. Ernest called in, man.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah, so you got him in the morning and Stormy Warren in the evening. He said only in Nashville. That's right.
All the country music fans know Stormy. He's a great dude. He actually had a kid go to Tennessee, too. So yeah, there's that.
Hey, man. The ties are real, man. That's all.
You know his kid.
Yeah, Jackson had classes with him.
Hey, there you go.
And Reed's like best friends with him.
Yep.
So, yeah, there you go. Man, there's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on.
So, Justin Melo is coming on at 4:20. We haven't had him on the show yet. Certainly aware of his work, covers the NFL and the NFL draft for the Draft Network, also covers the Titans for Broadway Sports Media. Give him a follow. He has a new book out called Titans of the South, Photographs and the History of the Tennessee Titans.
Titans of the South. It's a fun roller coaster history. This is what the Titans have been since we've been here in Nashville.
615-737-1045. Yes, that is true. PFF, NFL Draft, quarterback rankings. You want those real quick, and then we'll go to the phones. Number 8 on the list. You're going to love it, Slay Dog.
All right, who?
Quick reaction. Connor Wegman, Texas A&M.
Quick reaction.
My man just went on Family Feud and just lost.
I mean, you said quick answer. I got a quick answer for you.
Another quick answer. Number 7. It's kind of an indication of where this quarterback class is, right?
Okay.
Number 7, Miller Moss, USC. It's okay.
Yeah,
like a 4th round guy, maybe.
He might make the Family Feud board.
You think so?
He might be top 8.
Number 6.
Yeah, he is.
And we're a little biased here because we've had a detailed explanation of why he's not there yet.
I'm gonna do this unbiased though.
In terms of the NFL, because of his lower body work. And if you watch this guy play, he puts up numbers.
Okay.
But he needs some technical work going into the NFL, and that may take some time. Quinn Ewers, Texas.
Good answer. I think he's gonna make. He's definitely making the roster.
Oh yeah,
just off what you were saying.
Yeah.
Are you saying for us though?
No.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
Number 5, Carson Beck, Georgia. You started to.
We're going to have to go to the judges on that one.
There's something about him.
Yeah, that answer may not always be correct.
It was obvious when you pressure him, he does not deal well with that. So Georgia, when they made their comeback, they started to protect for him, and he felt comfortable in the pocket, and he started delivering the football.
And it didn't look like he had to think.
Right.
It looked like it was.
But man, when they were getting after him in that avalanche of a 28-0,
you could see it. I will give him credit. And during that game, when they did get after him, he did look over to the bench one time and was like, I'm dead far off. Like, so that's confident. I will give him that. But boy, he looked like he would throw it to me if I was out there. Yeah, I ain't the one you want to throw to. I'll say all that to
like
say.
the random guy on the sideline and focus.
Yeah.
Just throw it to that guy.
That ain't me.
It's like,
I'm telling you, bro.
That ain't me.
Another song.
I ain't no fortunate son. Garrett Nussmeier, number 4, LSU. Number 4 for Garrett Nussmeier. He is pushing the ball down the field, and I didn't expect that. He is pushing the ball down the field.
I'll give him the benefit of the doubt because of what Jaden Daniels did. I didn't think he could do it, and then all of a sudden he pushed it down the field, so maybe they're developing their quarterbacks.
Yeah, and different wide receivers.
So good answer.
Okay, their defense not very good, but
good answer.
That's where we are with that. All right, top 3. Number 3, Shedeur Sanders, Colorado.
Good answer.
Man, the scouts love him.
Slay loves him.
Does he?
What?
Well, you watch him, and you think, man, that dude's like a pocket person. Like you can put him in your pocket, but he's in the pocket. And he manipulates the pocket. He doesn't run a lot, but he does maneuver the pocket.
Yes.
And man, he can deliver the football.
Yes, he does. I mean, accuracy.
He keeps plays alive.
You hit it all on the head. I ain't nothing else to say.
Yeah, I like him. Number 2, Cam Ward, Miami.
Good answer. Good answer. I'm impressed by him. I'm impressed. I didn't think he could do what he's doing. I would be interested to see what he does on the next level. I think it would take time, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, and if
I would swap him and Shedeur.
Okay, if you don't know Cam Ward's story, Google it while you're listening to the show. It is phenomenal. He was a wing T quarterback in high school, didn't have any offers because he threw the ball less than 10 times a game. Ends up where? Incarnate Word.
Yeah, how you say?
And somehow goes from there to Washington State to Miami to that performance against Florida that just woke everybody up. Cam Ward, number 2. Number 1, Jalen Milroe, Alabama.
Good answer. I mean, I don't know what else you're looking for.
I think he benefits from Jaden Daniels doing well, too. Yes. Because I think that's the comparison.
Yes, and I think he also benefit from Kalen DeBoer being his coach this year as well. I think it grows and that attaches a whole different dynamic to him, man, because you see a lot of what was working for Michael Penix being able to throw it to the sidelines. I see it working for Milroe, and I didn't think Milroe had that type of accuracy. Does help when you have a guy like Ryan Williams, but his running and being able, like that system, it could be a system put in place for him. I like Jalen Milroe.
There you go. That's the quarterback room.
That's the room.
If you are thinking about beyond Levis.
I like that we should do that, like a little Family Feud, like portion of the show on Thursdays or Fridays.
Dude, Steve Harvey is so funny. Like, if I just stumble onto Family Feud, half the time I'll just leave it and watch it just for him.
It's entertaining. Like we need that. We need a zone feud one night.
Zone feud.
Wouldn't that be fun? We put everybody up on the stage, pick teams,
and then do random questions.
Mm-hmm. That'd be good.
Play Family Feud.
Yeah, zone feud.
Who would be the captains that would pick the teams? You and Moan?
I feel like each show would be their own family.
Nah, you can't. Ain't enough people.
I think it'd be fun to mix people up.
Now we got to mix them up.
It's just a smaller game.
We got 4 shows? We got to mix them up. 2 and 2.
So 2 and 2.
Yep.
Afternoon versus.
All right, Chuck Woolery.
Afternoon versus morning.
I used to thought that was the coolest thing.
That guy was so cool.
Love
man.
Connection.
He'd just
be
laid back on the couch.
Love Connection.
Man.
Wasn't that one of the coolest shows out, man?
It was.
God, I would be. All right, y'all. I know we got to go, but I'm going to be all the way real with y'all. Because y'all want me to on Thursday. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, y'all. I'm gonna be all the way honest with y'all. Listen, I used to want to be on Love Connection when I was little. Like when I was about 11, 12 years old.
Little Slay.
Yeah, man. Like I think it used to either come on after Arsenio Hall or before or something. But man, I used to want to be the dude, be right there, man. Go out on little dates because I always wanted to be like, I wonder how much money they gave me to go out on the dates.
That's a great question.
Yeah, like where you going to? You going to? I don't want to. You going to McDonald's? Or you going to Sperry's or Perry's or Bricktops or Stony River or something like that?
Same prime.
You feel what I'm saying? Or you got enough money to go get a cook. Eddie V's. You know what I mean?
Bourbon and Steak.
All them. Like, we got a lot of places you can do. You feel me? You want a bunch of rolls? We can get you a bunch of rolls. Or are you giving me enough money where I can get my own cook? Because there's a lot of private cooks running around now. Oh, yeah. Where you can get them to come to the house and you set up a whole little thing, you know? And you should go straight there and go watch a little movie on the couch or something.
So you and Moan, as team captains, you get to choose the teams. Who would be the last pick? Think about that. Let's go back to that.
Who would be the last pick?
Would it be Buck?
Ooh. See, Buck gonna sabotage the team, man.
That's what I'm saying. He would be the divisive guy.
Yeah, exactly.
And just like make the team crumple within.
You know what I mean? And everybody be like, no, don't say that. He'll say it anyway just for the hell of it.
Like a black hole where you just disappeared. The team's gone.
That would be him. That would be him.
And all you couldn't see anything. All you could hear is Buck laughing.
Pan and Buck would have to be on the opposite teams.
Oh,
no question about it.
This is fun. We got to put this together.
We do need to put this together.
In the meantime.
In between time.
Peace. Justin Melo coming up next. We'll talk Titans football and about his book that's out, Titans of the South. That's next, 3HL 104.5.
Nebraska, man.
I want to tell you about Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. And maybe you are realizing, I hate to bring it up to everybody, but it's getting darker earlier because fall is here. But now it's finally the time where you can sit outside and enjoy your deck or patio without sweating, right? Don't you need lights for that? Once it gets dark, maybe you want to enjoy dinner on your deck, but you can't see your food. Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville can help you out. They've been around for over 38 years, been making homes stunning with landscape lighting. Nashville's oldest landscape lighting company. They are the leader in LED technology. They can help you light up your night with festival lights, path lights, wall washing, tree lighting, area lighting. They do the design, the installation, and the maintenance on your lighting as well. Permanent roofline lighting by Gemstone Lighting. They do commercial lighting, holiday lighting. It's safe to say Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville does it all, and they do it all well. And I can attest to it because we get to eat on our deck now because we can actually see our food with our new outdoor lighting from Bob Lyons and his team. Reach out to them. Let them make your home stunning and enhance your landscape with Outdoor Lighting Perspectives of Nashville. Go to outdoorlights.com/Nashville.
3HL 1045, The Zone, Brent Doherty, Ron Slay.
That is us.
The mayor and Slay Dog. Zeph is the executive producer of 3HL. Oh, words are my business. Justin Melo joins us now. You can catch him on X at @JustinM_NFL. Covers the NFL and NFL Draft for the Draft Network. Covers the Titans for Broadway Sports Media. New book out called Titans of the South. Justin, what's up? How are you?
I'm doing well, guys. Going into a bye week here, at least the Titans picked up a win before they got into it. How are you fellas doing?
Doing good, Melo.
Well, they needed it, and for what we do, we needed it, and all God's children needed it. Let's start with the draft. What do you think about this quarterback class? I just ran through one of the lists that are out there, but I mean, it's a mix and match of these guys, right? Jalen Milroe, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders, Garrett Nussmeier, Carson Beck, Quinn Ewers. Maybe we stop there. What do you think about this class?
Yeah, it's not really playing out the way I thought it would, and I think some of the guys that are rising to the top are not the ones that were there during the preseason, right? Like, I think Cam Ward's been a bit of a shock for people. He had declared for the draft at one point and didn't really like the feedback he got in terms of what round he was going to go. Ends up going back to, ends up at Miami, and has really elevated his stock. I think he's playing the best football in the country right now out of any quarterback, and certainly Milroe. What he did against Georgia this past weekend was legendary, in honesty, right? It was a historic game, a resume-defining game. He certainly put himself in that conversation. Ones that I think are trending in the opposite direction, Carson Beck at Georgia, I think you got the full Carson Beck experience against Alabama there, right? Like, sometimes it's high, sometimes it's low. You have the 3 touchdowns, you have the 3 interceptions. For my money, he's regressed this season. He's not playing as well as many thought he was going to. And then when I look at Ewers over at Texas, you got to start discussing the injury history a little bit. He's been hurt frequently enough where it's going to pop up throughout the pre-draft process. You see the way Arch Manning's playing down there. Mm-hmm. I expect Ewers, he'll get back in the lineup when he's healthy, but the injuries are a very real thing, and it's going to be a concern for teams. And then finally, with Sanders out in Colorado, I think he's the best deep ball thrower in football. He's extremely accurate. He looks great under pressure. Wouldn't that be nice for the Titans to get a quarterback back there that can navigate the pocket? It really doesn't faze them all that much when the O-line is kind of falling apart in front of them. The question with him, of course, is going to be some of the off-field entourage stuff, right? Like, how are people going to handle his father and some of the shenanigans that have gone on there? So that will matter. Teams are going to interview him about it throughout the pre-draft process. Quarterback class doesn't appear to be a very strong one thus far.
Wow, yeah, that's spot on.
Justin Melo with us on 3HL. Let's turn it to the Titans. Where do you come down on this whole Mason Rudolph, Will Levis thing? Who do you think should start at quarterback against the Colts?
I do think it should be Will Levis. And by all indications, he's going to be healthy from the shoulder injury that he suffered there on Monday Night Football. Look, if you were hoping to see Mason Rudolph, you got your chance. Let's be honest, it was fairly unspectacular. Now, they didn't need it to be spectacular, thankfully, with the offensive issues the Dolphins were having on the other side and the way the Titans defense played in that game. And they could just run the football, kind of run the clock out. But, certainly there are some traits of his that are more advanced than Levis's. At this point in time, I think there's no doubt about that. He's quicker to go through his progressions. I think he looks better in the face of pressure. There was that one rep where he got the ball out to the tight end as he kind of cycled through. It was a 3rd down. He moved the chains on it. You watch a similar play, actually the one Levis got hurt on, where he scrambled out of the pocket and dove near the sideline. He had a chance to hit his tight end on a similar play. But instead of letting it go like Rudolph did, he hesitated on it, got off the read, decided to scramble, ended up getting hurt. There's no doubt Rudolph's a more technically advanced quarterback at this time, but there's also no doubt that he's not the long-term answer, right? I think this franchise right now is in exploration mode. They need to know if Levis is the guy. Rudolph is a high basement, low ceiling kind of guy. They've been there, done that, especially over the last couple of years. Callahan came here because he believed in Levis. They need to find out if he's the guy. It's far too early to quit on that mission.
All right, Melo. So before going over to the defense, let me ask you if this is trending the way it is, with Will having these mistakes and the offense, in a sense, sputtering along throughout the season. When you get to the point of talking about what you do at the end of the year, can he show you enough? What shows you enough to say, you know what, Will Levis is our guy? Minus the record, what shows you enough?
just got to cut out the mistakes, right? The boneheaded mistakes that are just giving games away, right? Like that Bears game, I mean, you call it what it is. He lost that game, essentially, right? That pick six in that moment in time. It's one of the worst decisions you'll ever see a quarterback make on the field, in all honesty. There's absolutely nothing to gain. It's third down. There's no reason to flip it out of bounds. You flip it out of bounds, you're punting anyway. Just take the sack and punt, right? So he didn't do that, and then you've had a couple others. I didn't love the one against the Dolphins on Monday Night Football. I know these things happen quickly, but that's a 6'5", 265 DE dropping into coverage right in your lane of vision. The one against Green Bay, 50-50. I thought he stared it down, but also give Alexander, the corner on Green Bay, credit for making a play. But there was also the one against the Jets that was almost just as horrid, right? The flip back in the red zone. Again, I ask you, what are you gaining, right? If you flip that back, Tajay Spears is not beating six guys on 3rd and goal from the 11-yard line. I think it was when he flipped it back. You're kicking the field goal anyway. So it's about cutting out the boneheaded mistakes, trusting what he sees a bit more frequently, and learning how to navigate this pressure a little bit better.
With where this defense is, if you can get this team to, let's say, 7 or 8 wins, do you take in consideration if those bonehead mistakes are taken out? Do you take in consideration of where this offensive line is and what they're doing to help him be that guy and to be able to take the next step and say, you know what, let's give it one more year?
Well, the offensive line certainly hasn't been good enough, right? There have been a couple encouraging developments. I think J.C. Latham has been outstanding 3 games in a row. Studying the All-22 tape indicates that. Like, he had a bit of a rough debut in Chicago, but he's been great ever since. Skoronski, it's been a little up and down, but like Callahan said, it's the right side that's been the bigger issue, right? Certainly the right tackle there, NPF. He's given up far too much. I thought he bounced back okay against the Dolphins. It was half decent. They only gave up 1 sack as a unit. I think you give them credit for that. Some good players up front. I know the Dolphins lost Jalen Phillips, midway through that game roughly. But you got guys like Calais Campbell. Zach Sealer's one of the most underrated defensive linemen in the NFL. I thought they handled that very well. And, of course, it helps when you run the football 40 times, right? You're not asking your quarterback to navigate as much pressure, not as many dropbacks. But I certainly think there's room for improvement. I think as they go into the offseason, no matter what happens at quarterback, I think Rand Carthon will say, you know what? I've done a pretty good job improving this left side with JC. You add Lloyd Cushenberry into that mix at center. I think he's been good enough, certainly. Now he says, you know what? I've got less holes to fill. I'm about to focus my attention on this right side and get it right.
That's right. So we got Justin Melo with Draft Network with us. Now, let me ask you this one more time about this defense coming into it. Defensively, what else you looking for outside of the outlier game that they just had before playing the Dolphins? Has this defense been who you thought it would be?
It's been quite good, right? It's been quite good, but I do think there are some issues that they're going to have to address in the offseason. The biggest by far is the edge rushing production opposite Harold Landry, right? It just hasn't been there. Arden Key certainly played his best game of the season against the Dolphins. I thought he was disruptive, got into the backfield a little bit, but he was borderline invisible those first 3 games of the season. They promoted him from part-time rotational guy to full-time starter because they didn't really replace Autry, right, when he left in free agency. He quite hasn't been up to that task. I mean, look at some of the guys behind him. There's no depth, right? Like Caleb Murphy at this point in time is not really looking like an NFL player. And then you've got, Ali Gay, you took a chance on him. He's not really playing much. And then the 7th-round rookie, Jalen Harrell, who was really good in training camp in the preseason. They played him a little bit. I believe he's played 76 snaps now. 40 of them were pass rushing opportunities. He hasn't recorded a pressure yet on a quarterback. So not to put too much on him. You shouldn't be relying on a 7th-round rookie to be that productive in year 1. But I think the proof's in the pudding that they're going to need another big-time edge player this summer to pair with Landry, who's got a team-leading 4 sacks, is 4th in the NFL in sacks right now. They're going to have to address that position in a major way, whether through the draft or free agency.
Justin Melo with us at JustinM_NFL. Justin has a new book out called Titans of the South. What led you down this path, I guess is a better way to ask it, Justin?
Well, to be totally honest with you, the opportunity came across my desk. I had the publisher reach out to me. They headhunted me for the project. A good friend of mine, Joe Marino, who covers the Buffalo Bills down in Buffalo, he essentially did a Bills version of this book a couple of years ago. All parties involved were very thrilled with the success that had. they went to him and said, hey, we're looking to do a book on the Tennessee Titans. Do you have a good author in mind? Thankfully, he recommended me. They reached out to me, and the process started 3 years ago. First thing I did before I accepted the offer was I called Jim Wyatt, asked him what he thought about the project, asked him honestly what he thought about me, taking on that project. And he expressed full confidence in me. He ended up writing the foreword for the book, by the way. So one of the first things you'll see when you open it is a great paragraph that Jim gave me. And it was about 2 years of my life, from 1960 to 2023. We covered the team. I'm 34 years old. I had to cover 63 years in history. So it goes without saying a lot of history went into it, starting at 1960 with the Houston Oilers and the AFL and how all that came about, all the way up to 2023. So it's a fun process, and it's on sale now.
There are, how can people get the book?
Where all books are sold. It's for sale right now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, you name it. Wherever you get your books, you can find Titans of the South.
Love it. So there are some really interesting stories pre-Titans that I think a lot of people would love with Bud Adams and the whole. The first thing that I think, because I grew up an Oilers fan, the first thing I think of is Party and Buddy Ryan on the sideline having a fight during a game. I mean, that actually happened.
Lord. Lord. Listen. I'll put my hand up. I didn't know about it until I started writing the book. I mean, why would I? I was like 3 when it happened, 3 or 4 years old. I didn't know about it. When I got to that season and I started covering it, I sat back in my chair, if you will. Oh, my God. Right? I cannot believe this is a real thing that happened. And there were a bunch of stuff, throughout the book. I think my favorite era, of course, was covering the Houston Oilers. I did a feature with the Nashville Post yesterday, and I told the journalist one fact I hadn't realized. I don't think enough people realize. You guys realize that the Oilers at one point, now it wasn't in consecutive drafts, but 3 first-round picks in a row. Earl Campbell, Mike Munchak, Bruce Matthews.
Woo, 3 Hall of Famers.
I'll put that up against any 3 draft stints in the history of the league, right? Now, again, a couple of years in between, because after they took Campbell in 78, they didn't have first-round picks for the next 2 or 3 years. They traded down. They traded them for veteran players. But the next time they made first-round picks after Earl Campbell, it was Mike Munchak and Bruce Matthews. I mean, 3 Hall of Famers in a row. That's almost as good as the Isaiah Wilson, Caleb Farley run that they went on about 30 years later, right? But that's how good that run was from 78 to 83.
What about Jerry Glanville leaving a ticket for was it for Elvis? I can't remember. And
I mean,
he had the House of Pain, and then you had the run and shoot with Warren Moon. You had a lot of stuff with the Oilers, and then you go Titans and the whole transient thing where they go 8-8 and 8-8, and in the 2 years before they get into Adelphia Coliseum where they go undefeated at home and everybody's going crazy. I mean, there's a lot there.
It was a pleasure to cover. As I covered the move, I was very conscious of what the relationship was like between Bud Adams and those politicians in Houston at the time. He wasn't very well liked, in all honesty, down there at that time. And, but I will say vindication, right? There's no doubt about it. When I've done all the research, he was right. I mean, they built the stadium a couple of years after they left for the Texans, right? He knew they needed a new stadium, and they eventually admitted the inevitable. It's too bad that, they couldn't get it done. We're fortunate, of course, we ended up getting the team here in Nashville. But I think there's no doubt about it that Bud Adams is on the right side of history. And again, covering that move, there were a lot of issues that popped up. It was by no means a smooth transition, right? Attendance drops dramatically in that final year in Houston, which was not supposed to be the final year, right? They still had a lease that extended beyond that year. They break it early because no one's going to the games. Well, the city and the stadium's not ready for your accelerated plan and the timeline, right? So they end up playing in Memphis for a year. That doesn't go well either from an attendance perspective. Finally, they get down to Vanderbilt. Things go a bit better that 1 year there, and then we get the Tennessee Titans in 99. And covering that year, my publisher, it's a photo book as well, lots of pictures in the book. I think the hardest thing I had to do was reduce that 99 season to about 400 or 500 words. My first draft was 1,200. Publisher laughed me out of the room, right? They said, we don't have the room for a 1,200-word chapter. That's how special that 99 season was.
Wow. Man, then you get Mac with the co-MVP in 2003 when Heimerdinger changes the offense and lets him throw it down the field. And I mean, so much there. I can't wait to read it, Justin. Thank you for the copy, brother. And again, Titans of the South, photographs in the history of the Tennessee Titans, and you can get this book wherever you buy books. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate you, man.
Pleasure was all mine.
All right, there he is, Justin Melo. Good stuff there. We hit the draft, we hit the Titans, and we hit the interesting history of the Tennessee Titans and Houston Oilers. Right. Yeah, Jerry Glanville, remember he wore all black. He called it the House of Pain. They were just annihilating people on defense, Michael Barrow and all those guys. And he would leave a pair of tickets every game, every home game for Elvis Presley.
I never knew that. I never knew that. That's dope. Elvis is going to pop up one day.
How about Buddy Ryan, throwing a punch at Jack Pardee, the defensive coordinator and the offensive coordinator on the sideline?
And how old was Buddy at that time, though?
I mean, he was up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He was in his 60s, I think.
Yeah, come on, Buddy.
But Buddy was Blaine tells the story. Buddy would be if the offense was struggling against his defense at practice, he would pull them off the field and tell them it was a waste of their time. And they would go in the locker room.
That's real. That's what I'm talking about.
The head coach had no control over that guy.
Yeah, don't waste our time. Yeah, coach. Tell them we out of here. We came out here to work. Y'all playing, we gone.
Chris Dishman and
see y'all tomorrow.
Man, they had some players back then.
Yes, indeed.
You can watch the show live, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
On YouTube, I can't even say what this guy's name is, so I'll just read it. My cousin Zach lives in Arkansas, and they're scared. Hell, he said it's not even legal for a passenger to drink a beer there. LOL, how un-American. I don't know what those two things have to do with each other. But, yeah, Tennessee is one of the rare states where you can have an open container as a passenger in a vehicle. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's legal in Tennessee. Zeph can look it up. I think there's only 4 or 5 states in the country that allow that.
Well, we know what to do down here.
By the way, Arkansas, this is what he started to talk about. Their top 2 tight ends are listed as doubtful.
Mm-hmm.
Their participation list is lengthy. Tennessee's is not.
Yeah.
And you've got both tackles, Lance Hurd and John Campbell Jr., who are not on the list yesterday. So if those 2 guys can go at tackle, look out. Again, I think this is going to be a Nico game because I think Arkansas's pass defense is lax big time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. But I agree with Chris on that.
They got a guy there, the Nico Slaughter, who was with UT last year, and I didn't notice it until they put out who's the captains for this game.
I wrote that down.
Yeah, the Nico and the other guy.
Addison Nichols and Danico Slaughter, 2 of the 4 captains for Arkansas against Tennessee, played at Tennessee. I was going to ask you, and we can do this when we come back, is that a cool move or a troll job?
I think it's
by Sam Pittman.
I think you want me to answer when we get back?
Answer when we get back. By the way, I think I didn't tell you what the Vols are wearing. White helmets, white jerseys, orange pants at Arkansas.
Orange britches. Them orange britches.
Oh, Kevin Gilbride was who he threw the punch at. Okay. Jack Pardee was the head coach. And then Jeff Fisher became interim coach right after that. I mean, a mess. Sorry, I missed that. Yes, that's right. Kevin Gilbride. Appreciate all y'all. When we come back, Slay will answer that question. Mm-hmm. Arkansas named 4 captains for the game Saturday night at Tennessee. 2 of the 4 are former Vols, Addison Nichols and Danico Slaughter. Cool move by Sam Pittman or troll job? 3HL, 615-737-1045.
You guys see all those, pictures and videos of backyards that look amazing, that have the pool decks, that have turf kind of in the middle, and it just looks so fancy and so nice. Guess what? You can have that. Yeah. Grass 365 here in Nashville has been the leader in the design and installation of synthetic grass and artificial turf products all around the world. They install the industry's highest quality of turf products, backyard putting greens, playgrounds, to bocce ball courts and artificial lawns. And I actually called Kent at Grass 365 when we did our big backyard project because we had a hill in the back. No grass would grow. We couldn't cut it. It was dangerous. And I didn't know what to do about that little area. And I was tired of it just being pure dirt. Well, guess what? He came out, said, we can take care of that. No big deal. And my artificial turf back there looks amazing. Now, my husband's favorite part that, I did one of those combined birthday, Father's Day, Christmas presents that you all, give me a whole lot of mess about doing. Well, guess what? He loves it. We put a putting green back there with Kent and Grass 365, and it's his favorite thing ever. And you can have one too. Call my friend Kent for your estimate today at Grass 365, 615-804-4927, or you can always visit them, grass365.nashville.com.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Don Davenport in Stillwater, Oklahoma. And events of West Virginia, Oklahoma State. You think dinner would be fun with Mike Gundy?
Oh, yeah, I'm with that.
Sipping on some bourbon?
I would definitely go.
I think that guy would be willing to tell almost any story he would think of.
He's a man, he's 40 plus.
I like Stormy because Stormy kind of undersold it. Like, they're really, really good friends.
Yeah.
But I like what he had to say about he's kind of a character as a head coach at a press conference. He's not really like that necessarily in person.
I like it. You got to sell.
And then he compared it to Clay Travis, whom we both know really well. So, which is funny. Clay's the same. He's just dialed back a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say a little bit. Just a little bit.
Arkansas.
Yes.
So, again, Tennessee, what do you think about the uniform combination? The white jersey, white helmets, and orange pants going against that red they're going to wear.
I like that. Orange breeches.
Orange breeches.
Yeah, let's go. They're going to have their little red helmet on. We got our little white helmet. Let's get it on.
Do you like that, or do you like the Stormtrooper? The all-white?
I like the Stormtrooper.
The all-white is tight.
That's pretty dope.
Despite what Bab says.
But I like listen, this is me, old Homer. I like going up there and having a piece of our tradition up there, too, the orange. Like, you know what I mean? You got to see this orange. I think the white would be dope.
I like to do it every once in a while. I think it's going to look really good.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
What do you think they wear for Florida? They already
black. Because I looked at the schedule, and
that's got to be the black uniform.
Alabama game is
no, they're going to be.
It's a day game.
Well, they're going to wear their traditional.
Yeah,
because that's a history.
Have they worn the traditional orange and white yet? Just orange jerseys, white pants? I don't think they have.
No,
because they went orange and orange in the other home game.
Mm-hmm. I think they do it for that game, and if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it's a bye after that.
There's a bye after
Alabama. Yeah, so that's the last game in October. So
those buys worked out well.
Yeah, the Halloween and all that. This is gonna be your last time to get the all black in. Can't do it in November. Nobody want to see that in November 2nd. Put the black up out of that. We smoke it gray. We into the fall by then. Like, it's on then. It's great. You can't even see.
Did you see, we'll get back to this real quick. I wanted to throw this out there. On3.com reminded us today that we have 56 consecutive days of football starting tonight.
Oh, it's 56 consecutive days of betting tonight.
How many parts is Slay going to have in those 56 days?
Oh man, don't even listen. Don't even blow your little brain up thinking about that, because that right there.
3 day, 4 day.
Don't even
more?
Hey, listen, man.
Your little brain.
Yeah, don't even worry about it. Let Elon Musk get on that. He'll try to figure that one out. I ain't gonna be able to figure it out. It's just rolling. We don't need a team to figure that one out.
The trick is to not add ducats to your account.
Yeah, that's
multiple times a year.
That's where I'm at. Well, that's what I'm trying to be at.
Where you're not doing that?
Yes. Yes. I'm not adding. Yeah. But right now I won. What did I win? Monday? I won Monday Night Football, the doubleheader. So now I got something to play with. So I'm betting tonight where I got a parlay already ready.
There's a joke in there somewhere.
Yes, it is.
I lost my Sunday Night Football one.
No, but Monday. You should just roll with me on Monday.
I couldn't bet on Monday.
You can't just pick and choose when you roll with Slay.
Yeah,
because
no, I didn't. I didn't roll with Slay. I did my own.
That's how the parlays work. Like, eventually they hit.
That's why you lost it, because you out here trying to do your own thing.
I didn't know what your parlay was for Sunday Night Football.
You got to be knowing.
Well, on the first play of the game, 2 out of my 3 legs hit. So
yeah, that's how it always happens.
Top tier said Elon Musk. LOL.
Like somebody. Somebody got to help.
Florida going to be at night. Tennessee, I mean, that will be all of the games up to the Florida game at night.
That's it.
Yeah, they only put night, prime time. Let's go. Arkansas named 4 captains for the game Saturday night at Tennessee. 2 of the 4 are former Vols, Addison Nichols and Danico Slaughter. Cool move by Sam Pittman or troll job?
Oh, hell, I don't care.
Sam Pittman on 3HL earlier this season.
Listen, I love Coach Sam Pittman, but I think, honestly, on this one, this was a cool job.
Cool?
I think this was cool because I think the guys that left, they probably felt like they wasn't going to play. I think they saw something in that locker room, well, in that secondary, Danico probably, which I thought had an impact, you know what I mean, playing for Tennessee. But when you look at it and see, McCoy and, Ricky, you got, I'm just going all first name basis on y'all.
Well, one last name, one first name.
Yeah. No,
Ricky Gibson.
Yeah, Ricky Gibson and
Jamal McCoy.
Thank you. You own it, boy. And so
you get half, I get half.
Yeah, so you got that right there. And, like, he probably was like, man, I ain't going to get my time. And then you had Boo Carter coming in that was going to be able to play that star spot.
That dude is going to be a stud.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, hey, more power to you, man. They moved on. They're starting with these guys. And
Boo Carter's not a very big guy, but wasn't he flying around against Oklahoma laying people out?
Always fly. You got a magnet nose for the ball. Every time that ball
You've been talking about that guy since the offseason.
Man, guess why? Because he's supposed to have been talked about since the offseason. You see that man in high school, you just knew it. Like just like Aaron Carter. Saw Aaron Carter and you knew, just know what it, man, you got some dudes, man. Plus some dudes, dog.
Plus Jacoby Thomas, the MTSU transfer, that dude can hit.
No, he lays hat.
By the way, man, Stock had a lot of players a couple years ago. Jalen Hyatt, great wide receiver at MTSU. He's gone up to Virginia Tech, killing it. Had a huge game against Miami.
I'm not going to lie, I had to do a double take. You said Jalen Hyatt. We were talking Vols.
Yeah, that's true.
It's okay.
I had to do a double take for a second.
Yeah, he's not playing for the Giants.
Yeah, he probably won't be.
So, cool move or troll job, you go cool
I think
move.
cool move, man.
All right, 615-737-1045. Sam does like to tweak people a little bit, though.
Yeah.
Like, he has a whole lot of I don't give a, you know what.
That is him.
I mean, as you heard in that soundbite. What led to that response was, and he brought it up. He brought the heat up that, you know, the hot chair thing and hot seat thing and all that stuff. He brought it up while we were talking with him at SEC Media Days. And I go, okay, you brought it up. Like, how much does that weigh on you? Like, to hear all that stuff and like, you know, your family hears it and like, how tough is that? And he said,
oh, hell, I don't care.
Yep. They don't. It's a guy comfortable in the skin.
He was a good Boom Boom Room guest, too.
Oh, great.
Remember when he said he wanted to take you down the river and go to a certain barbecue spot?
Yep. Come on back.
And go back to the house?
Porch. Yeah. I know that'll be a good time.
Sip on some bourbon, he said.
You seen that big old hog out front of his house spewing water? Oh, it's dope. Right there on the lake. Got a big old huge hog and it's spitting water in there. It's a bad boy. Like, I can already see, I'll be over there having a ball. Just give me a little blanket out here.
A blanket for what?
I'm going to sleep on the porch.
Why would you not sleep? I'm sure he has plenty of bedrooms in that.
No, but in the chair. The chair going to be comfortable.
Oh, okay.
With my bourbon.
With your stogie?
Yeah, and the bourbon.
You fall asleep with the bourbon in your hand and the stogie in your mouth?
Falling asleep purposely. I'm out of here.
With a little breeze coming off the river?
Man, do you know how cold-blooded that's going to be? And don't have no little fire out there. I know he got a little nice pit. He's pitman. Hey, got to have a pit.
He's probably going to have some time on his hands, too, coming up. I mean, he hired his successor.
Yeah.
All right. 5 o'clock hour coming up. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey weighed in on the idea of college football commissioner on the Triple Option podcast. Man, he went. I'll read you that quote when we come back. 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, man? This is the opportunity that you've been waiting on. Get you a Generac automatic standby generator from Cove Generators. Hit up Generator Dave, man. Let him school you on it all and let you even know. This is what me and Babs are going to let you know. That they got a 7-year warranty upgrade. Yes, it is back. A lot of people ask for it, like, what happened to the upgrade? Well, it's back, and they put 2 years on it. Not 5-year warranty, 7-year warranty. Get the upgrade. That's over $1,000 value, and you got to understand financing is now available. And they have many options when it comes to financing. Some as low as 0% financing. Certain terms and conditions may apply. Just understand that you got to hit up Cove Generators at CoveGenerators.com, COVE generators.com. And no, I know with the weather, how it is, and people wanting to help out in East Tennessee, West North Carolina, man, they do have portable generators, man. So this is the chance. Reach out, 931-559-3311. Stay connected through it all.
Good evening. It is 5:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno from the 104.5 The Zone Studios. Titans are on bye this week, so no practice for the team until next week when they get ready for their first divisional game versus the Colts. It was reported earlier today that quarterback Will Levis is dealing with an AC sprain in his throwing shoulder. However, he is expected to be good to go after the bye. The MLB Wildcard Series wraps up tonight as the Mets and Brewers get set for Game 3. First pitch at 6. Winner will advance to the NLDS to face the Phillies on Friday. Tonight, Thursday night football between the Bucks and the Falcons. You can catch the Westwood One call of the game right here on the Zone starting at 7. For your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once, and you're over the Titans and Vols. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. 5 o'clock hour. Man, it's almost a weekend, Slay Dog.
We are getting closer and inching closer.
It is Thirsty Thursday here on 3HL.
Yeah,
we're both drinking a lot of water. I'm proud of us. We're hydrating.
Yeah, we had a bye week from Vols.
We're peeing a lot.
Now we got another bye week. Yeah.
Slay always says, I got to take a water break. No, I got to pay the water bill.
Mm-hmm.
I got to pay the water bill.
Got to pay the water.
That's what he says.
Nothing like that.
So, we'll get to some sports stuff. Coming up in the 520 segment, we will have some Nashville Predators tickets to give away.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that in the 520 segment at some point. Also, we kind of hinted around at a great idea earlier because of Slay Dog's love for, when he was a kid, the Love Connection, that he wanted to be on the Love Connection.
Yep.
With Chuck Woolery, 2 and 2.
Back in 2 and 2.
He was the coolest dude out there.
Never got uncool.
So somehow we went from that to we should do Family Feud with everyone, involving everyone on the radio station. So I thought, okay, Slay and Ramon could be the captains, but Slay, you want to be the host.
Yes. I want to be the host.
Which I think, why would we not have you as the host?
Like that, like I ain't reaching my full potential if I ain't hosting. I got to be able to telling jokes and everything. I can't
right
wait.
move, right, Zeph? Slay Dog hosting?
Yeah, Slay was meant to host.
So then I was like, well, I don't want to get involved with, people's egos in terms of being team captains and then choosing teams. So I thought the good idea, and I think you agreed, was to go with the 2 old heads on the roster, and that's me and Blaine.
Yep.
So then we would have 2 teams of 7. We've got 14 if you're the host.
Yeah.
Man, I hope I'm not leaving somebody out. Speaking of going at people's egos. Correct. So I'll go down the list and let me do the full list real quick. And then we'll do the commissioner thing probably in the next segment.
All
right. So this is the list, the Zone roster. Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Bert, Will Bowling, Ramon, Kayla.
Yep.
Okay?
It's 4.
Buck, Lucas, and then I started going through producers. Reed, Jackson, Zeph.
Yep. 8. 9. That's 9.
Yep. Zach, Blaine. 11. Dawn, Brent, and Kirby.
It's 14.
Add Kirby. Kirby has to be involved in this.
Mm-hmm.
Because Kirby will go up there, hit the button, be wrong. He'll get like, and then we'll argue with you over how it should be on the board.
Yep. So would.
No, and then I'll jump in and help him with his argument.
Yes, you will. You're the same way. You're like a young Kirby over there.
You know who we got to get to production? Nate Bain.
Oh, you want Nate Bain to do some digital work?
Yep. We need him in the digital team because that's where we're gonna get all our answers from.
Vol for life, right?
100. Yeah, 100 people asked. We asked. Who was it? Zeph said that. We asked 100 Woo girls. No, somebody on Twitter told me that. We asked 100 Woo girls on Broadway.
That is good. All the questions should come from the Woo girls.
Absolutely, it has to.
100 Woo girls surveyed.
Yep.
Top 4 answers on the board.
And then our judges, we got to have some judges. We got to have 3 judges. Allison, Mace, and who? And Murph Dog.
Why do we need judges?
Because we got to see if it's correct or if it's close to the answer. If it's wrong.
That's what the board's for. We should have a board.
No, but they always say, Judge, is that answer close enough?
Oh, okay, for close answers. Yeah.
Got to have somebody to go to.
I mean, Murph will argue with everybody.
Let him and Kirby go at it.
So if me and Blaine are the captains, we've already like kind of taken the picking option from us out of it because we're picking it right here. But maybe we could go back and do it. We've got to split Dawn and Kayla, right?
Yep.
So I'll work with Kayla because I don't work with Kayla.
Yep.
And Blaine can work with Dawn. He has worked with Dawn, so that's a slight advantage there.
Yep.
You wanted to put Ramon with Dawn?
Savage with Babs, yep.
Why am I going first names?
I don't know. I guess you want everybody to understand.
So far we got Blaine, Babs,
Savage.
And Savage.
Yep. Got you.
So who's my next one then?
You, Kayla.
Are you going to put Buck? You got to put Buck on my team so he can go against Dawn.
Well, if that's the case, then that means you automatically putting 2 on Savage in them team because we need Bert and Pan to be on the same team because it's joke. It's going to be a camera on them too. Just
so you
while
want
it's
them
going
talking?
On. They
have to be on the same team.
Yes, they have to.
Or you can put Bert with Buck, and Bert just pisses Buck off.
No, we need them. No, we need them opposite.
It may be funnier with Buck and Babs on the same team then.
Oh, Babs ain't gonna like that.
Lucas,
the opposite.
So Lucas and Bert.
Yep. Pan and Bert over there with Savage and Hitman. Then you. That means it'll be you, Caleb, Babs, and Buck.
Zach has to go with me to get off of Blaine.
Yep. They can't be on the same team.
Where's Kirby going?
Kirby might need to be on his own team, man. Like me, the 3-teamer.
All right, so who do we have left? We've got
Jackson, Reed, Zeph.
We've got Will Bowling, Reed, Jackson, Zeph,
so I just said.
And Kirby.
Kirby, got 5 left.
Yeah. So
that's interesting.
I've already got Bert, but there are 4 producers. Jackson and Zeph love each other. They absolutely love each other.
So they need to be opposite.
They could spend every family holiday together.
Yeah, they need to be opposite. Put them opposite of Bert.
And, you guys go way back.
Yeah, put them opposite of Bert and Pan.
To sophomore year in college, yeah.
They opposite of Bert and Pan.
All right, so Zeph is on Blaine's team along with Jackson. So now we've got Reed, Will Bowling, and Kirby left.
Yeah.
So does Will Bowling go with Ramon or does he go with Kayla?
Ooh.
Think on that for a second.
Okay.
And then you've got Reed and Kirby.
Kirby's got to go opposite of me, right?
Yeah, because you're his son.
Kirby, and get him away from if we have Babs, Buck, and Kirby all on the same team.
that's y'all ain't gonna make it.
Wait, that's the team I'm on?
They ain't gonna make it.
No, Kirby will be on my team.
They ain't gonna make it.
So now we've got Reed and Will Bowling. I think you have to decide: is Will Bowling with Kayla or Moan?
That's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have to put this on the whiteboard and kind of match it up. We need to see this. But I think if we ask people, they'll choose. They'll be like, "No, I want to be opposite of."
I've known Reed since he was like a baby. So there's that.
So you can't. I mean, does he go opposite of you? He go on your team?
I mean, he's a little bitty dude when I first met him.
Mm-hmm. Might have to be 3 teams.
I met him. When did I meet him? About 2006.
Was he just born?
Yeah. That was 18 years ago. How old's Reed?
He's my age, 23. So
there you go. He's 5. He's out there just roaming the streets of West Haven.
Street roamer.
All right. Let's put Will Bowling on my team.
Okay.
And we'll put Reed over with Blaine. So this is just a rough draft because people will have some opinions.
They definitely go on the opposites.
there will be some opinions.
It's a guarantee.
So as of right now, oh man, I hope all these people are listening. Slay Dog is hosting because Slay's got the jokes. Then my team would be Brent, Mayor, Kayla, Lucas, Bert, Zach, Kirby, Will Bowling.
That's your team?
Yeah.
Versus
Blaine, Babs, Savage, Buck, Zeph, Jackson, and Reed. They got 3 producers over there.
What are the questions focusing on?
Oh hell, I don't know. You're asking.
Yeah.
Listen,
we
get to that.
You're gonna be good.
You're asking the Woo girls?
Yeah,
it's gonna be live.
Questions.
It's gonna be live.
Great question. I had a rep say, we're putting Will with Kayla. Will and Kayla gonna be on the same team.
They are on the same team.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll ask Ramon when he comes on, what he thinks about these things. Also, we'll get to we'll definitely give away the Preds tickets in the next segment while Ramon is on, and we'll get to the commissioner's statement probably in the 45 segment. Before we go to break, so reps send us scripts sometimes, and I'm not putting it on them necessarily because I did that job, and I know like they're doing a million things, so they write things real fast and all these things. But sometimes we'll get a 30-second script that's more like 48, right? So when we have to rewrite it, and then they don't care because they don't want to have to rewrite it, so we rewrite it and then cut it to get it down to 30, for example. Well, Slay had one come up. Should we identify the party?
Yeah, absolutely.
Becky downstairs sends up a spot. It's supposed to be 15 seconds. Slay went as fast as he could through it.
And took words out.
And came up with what, 24?
21, I think, was my lowest. 20 or 21?
I had one at 20 and a half after I took every breath possible out of that.
Every breath you take out of there. So then I rewrote it. Got it to 15, and the spot got made. But after Slade took some stuff out, still had it with like 5 seconds off of 15, he finished recording the commercial, and then this happened.
There's no way. There's no way. Ain't no way. I mean, there ain't no way. It ain't no way. It ain't no way. Like, this is crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
So Zeph sent that recording, and then the unedited version to Becky.
Yeah, take that, Becky.
Oh, man.
There's no way. In other words,
I got a response from her.
Did you? What was the response?
She said, "Thanks. I kept rewriting it. Duh."
No. She was saying like the Homer Simpsons, though.
We shouldn't have told her that I rewrote it because then she's going to send me stuff to write. But we got through it. Ain't no way. Oh man, that's we take you behind the curtain sometimes around here.
Yeah, welcome. Y'all welcome.
All right, Big Savagery Ramon Foster is coming up. Is the O-line better? Can we declare that the O-line is there? Big Savagery coming up next. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
All right, football is well into this season, and maybe you jumped in on a little betting action last night and hopefully won with the Titans getting a win. You can bet on all those big games or all the Titans games on Zen Sports, the new sports book in Tennessee, bringing sports betting to a whole new level. And here's the deal. You sign up for Zen Sports. Maybe you didn't yesterday. You missed out. Don't worry, you can still do it, and you can automatically earn up to $100 no danger first wager. If your first bet loses, you get that $100, the amount of your bet back. And Zen Sports also is now offering NFL player props, daily promotions, including odds boost, no danger wagers, same game parlays, even daily same game parlay super boosts. That's right. Zen Sports provides daily super boosts that are 16% over their competitors right here in Tennessee. They've got a VIP program you can sign up for, zensports.com/VIP. Get a bunch of different added benefits. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and start betting with Zen Sports. Zen Sports betting just got better. Go to zensports.com or download the app today. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-889-9789. Terms and conditions apply. No danger wager. Limited to plus 500 odds to qualify. Boosted odds are derived from equivalent parlay bets offered in Tennessee. You must be 21 and older in Tennessee to bet.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you.
Yeah, we do it big.
Coming up tomorrow on the Friday edition of 3HL, Babs in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
That's right.
Mark Mariani will be in studio from 3 until 4:15 tomorrow.
Moonshine.
Greg Cosell, 4:20.
Yes.
And
Josh Ward.
Josh Ward at 3:20. That's right.
Oh, he's at 3?
Yeah.
3:20.
3:20. He can't do 5:20, can he?
No, he's got to go pick up his kids.
Got to pick his kids up.
Like every Friday?
Well, because it's a...
Can you do
hour,
kid
it's also
Uber?
an hour difference, so that would be 6:20 for him.
Hey, he could be like, hey, honey, I got kid Uber today. I got to do 3HL.
They ought to be. They might be on fall break.
Ooh. Send him a little text. See if we can space out the day a little bit.
Fall break.
See what we can do.
Yeah, just by chance, are you free at 6:20 tomorrow Eastern?
Be on fall break,
right? And then the show is so spread out and beautiful and flows like a
easy walking.
Like if the Cumberland River were to flow, it would flow like that.
Just get hype.
Ramon Foster joins us, Big Savage from Arcade Dub. You can catch them weekday morning 6 to 10. What up, Ramon?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, we close to fall break time. I know my youngest, they start up next week, man. They are counting down the days. So, yeah, y'all might want to check on the schedules like that.
What you think?
About how he just sounded right there?
Like it sounded
I could tell if he was like eating the phone.
And I don't even like to do my boy like this because he be on me about my phone. But,
oh, man, I was hold up.
Hey, there you go.
That wasn't my phone, Savage. Don't do this. We've been real good. I don't know what the new iOS 18 update is, but I can see when you typing me now on the Samsung phone, I can see that you've read my messages because it shows up red. It's still green. Hey, don't act like Apple and Samsung ain't trying to do the same.
Just saying, man. Sometimes
don't do this.
Sometimes you got to partner up, man, and come over to the other side. Yeah, I'm glad y'all made it over, man. I appreciate
come
y'all.
over to the other side. See, I wasn't even going to say I used you weekend, but no, you know what? I take it back. Give me my chain back.
Hey, Savage, somehow we just developed a Family Feud team type deal for the radio station. So we want to get your take on it. This is just a rough draft, okay? Because I know people are going to be involved in like wanting to be on this team or that team or whatever. So we were initially, my thought was to do you and Slay as team captains, but Slay wants to be the host, which I think makes complete sense.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
So
but Zep already filled me in, though.
Well, I'll get there. I'll get there.
You getting there? Okay. Well, see, I wasn't sure, man, because you went and something. I was ready to go. Okay, let's see what you got.
Yeah, I want feedback. I always want feedback, good, bad, indifferent, whatever. So I thought the logical thing at that point was to go the two old heads as captains.
We deal in logic at the station?
Yeah. Well, no, not all the time.
Okay, go ahead. I'll keep going.
So I went Mayor and Blaine, Hitman, Mayor and Hitman in the one slots on opposite teams. So then I figured that this is all me. Slay's just like, okay. Because he knows people are going to have some ideas. So then I thought put Babs and Kayla on opposite teams.
Okay, there we go. We separating them so that we both get one. Okay, I'm here for that.
Right.
For that.
I went with Kayla because I work with Dawn every day. So I thought it would be fun to mix it up a little bit.
Well, see, Bab's going to be mad about that because you're supposed to choose her first, Mayor. I don't know.
Right. But, I mean, this is a special thing, and I would always choose Babs first. But I think from a listener perspective, it might be more entertaining to switch things up a little bit.
Well, Savage has been saying for a while, we need to just swap show-like talent and see what that works out.
We used to talk with Brad Willis about doing that, and it just never happened. I think Paul Mason is actually on board for that idea. And so what Moan is talking about for y'all out there listening is like flip up all the shows one day.
Yeah, I'm here for it. But let's get back to this game. So now I'm intrigued, Mayor.
Yeah, so Mayor and Kayla, Hitman and Babs. Then Slay's idea, bless you. By the way, if Babs would have been here, she literally jumps into the ceiling every time he does that.
Yeah, he's violent with it. Mayor.
Slay said we got to put Lucas and Bert on the same team.
Lucas, no, that's too cliquey.
He said they would have funny conversations.
Yes, they are, and funny answers too. They are very like-minded.
They're gonna have great answers.
They're gonna get invited back.
I just want them opposite of Buck.
Right. And so they're on my team, and so then Buck is on Blaine's team. Savage is also on Blaine's team.
Yes, love that. Love that.
So Hitman, Babs, Savage, and Buck.
Yeah. Okay, I'm into that.
I think that's
I don't
pretty.
see nothing wrong with that.
I think that's pretty strong.
I'm be honest. I don't like the Lucas and Bert thing together. I don't know why them superpowers right there. Like that's a whole lot of talent, man.
It is a lot of talent, ain't it, man?
That's a ton of talent right there, man. Just being real with you. And here's the thing, Bert don't let the voice fool you. That Joker is smart, okay? And he'll pull out some sacks to win a game, and he be looking with that beautiful flowing hair and be like, I told y'all. I don't know if I can stomach him and Lucas being together like that.
Well, you keep coming back to that. Babs always says about Bert that he's the smartest redneck she's ever met.
No, you ain't never met a smarter one, Mayor. I'm telling you. I'm 100% honest with you. And that's why I don't understand how you put them two together, because Lucas is quirky as heck, okay? But I will say, if you Willie Bowling, you own to something, because he got a lot of useless facts like me, okay? Like come out of nowhere. Okay. Like he might be 25. No, Will's 27. I don't know how old Will is.
He might be 22.
Okay, yeah, whatever he is, but he got knowledge like.
No, Will is like 58.
Like man.
Yeah, he's like 58 in his soul. The four so far for each team: Mayor, Kayla, Lucas, Bert, Hitman, Babs, Savage, Buck. All right.
Yes.
Then I took Zach at 5. Well, not at 5. It doesn't matter. Zach.
No, you took him at 5. You can say you picked him last.
No, I want to do Will Lee wrong here in a minute. I take Zach opposite Blaine to mix it up from a listener perspective, and then we started down the producer path, and so Zeph and Jackson. Kind of in the same idea with Lucas Burt, but a little bit different. Zeph and Jackson are like best friends. They love each other. Like they hug each other in the hall.
Yes,
they love each other.
They got a handshake too.
They probably do.
Do y'all have a handshake?
We do not.
So, did they cut their palms and shake hands also, like they blood brothers?
It's a strong possibility.
We did college radio together, so that's pretty much the same thing.
So there's a lot of friends around here. See, and y'all didn't tell me, Zeph, I'm not cool enough, and I get it now. I get it.
See, Savage.
Zeph and I just found out. Zeph, because they're always in the producer room, like always together. Zeph and Jackson on your team. So then I took Kirby as a power move. I don't know if it's a good move or a bad move.
I don't like that. I don't like that, Mayor.
You would rather have Kirby?
Like
he's going to go up there, be wrong. I mean, get and then he's going to argue with Slay that he's right.
And that's what I'm here for, okay? We got to sell tickets too, Mayor.
Got to sell tickets.
Like, we got to sell tickets. Like, what are we going for? Who's right? Or are we going for viewership?
Right.
We're going for viewership.
So then Will ended up as a later decision for a reason, because I was trying to figure out to put him with Kayla or to put him with you, and I put him on my team with Kayla. And so you guys get Reed, and the other part of Reed is I've known him since he was 5 years old. Yeah. Savage, I've known him since he was 5 years old, so I'm gonna put him on the other team. So this is how it is. So Mayor, Kayla, Lucas, Burt, Zach, Kirby, Bowling. Hitman, Babs, Savage, Buck, Zeph, Jackson, and Reed.
Yeah. I tell you this though, we got one heck of a 7-on-7. I tell you that, I'm snapping the heck out of the ball. Okay, I got Jackson to my left or to my right, wherever he needs to be. He might just be fullback or in the pistol. Don't matter. But we got protection.
I'm not talking
about quarterback is what I'm telling you for Blaine. And I dare y'all to try to throw it in the Blaine's lane. Ain't nothing I wish y'all would.
So we've got to make this happen. Family Feud, zone style.
That's Zone Feud.
Zone Feud.
Yeah, Zone Feud. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm here for that. I lived that life with y'all, man. That was a beautiful concept right there.
All right, word. I don't know how we got there, but we did. All right, big shout out.
We were supposed to get there, Mayor. Yes. We were supposed to get there.
Well, it actually started with our love affair with Chuck Woolery and the Love Connection.
And that's what Zeph briefed me on. Who? Savage, you was trying to be on the Love Connection at 10?
Man, dude, do you know how cold that show was, man?
You need to Google that and watch some of it.
No, I've seen it at my grandmama's house. Man, don't act like I was at my grandmama's house.
Come on now, yeah. Love Connection was cold, boy. Let's tally up the votes, man, and see, you know what I mean, see what Big Slay going out with. Well, Young Slay, I'll be LaRon on that one.
Hey, I got a cold-blooded pickup line, man. I saw the other day. It was somebody trying to tell like if you were dating in today's world, what would you say to him? And dude walked up to a chick and said, hey, let me go ahead and get your number real quick. And he rizzed her up real quick, okay? Yeah. And he was just like, put your number in here and say, you know what? Matter of fact, just write Jasmine in there. And she looked at him like, my name ain't Jasmine. He said, but you can also drop the J-A-S and just put mine in there because you mine.
Ooh, see? That's what I'm here for. There's the Love Connection type ideas I'm here for.
Wait, that makes my head hurt. Like trying to figure out all that stuff.
You
gotta get in them streets, man. That's what you doing, man.
I'd be too confused on that deal. Anyway, is the offensive line getting better?
Man, that was 1 week, and it was mostly runs. They got a whole lot better in the run game. What did happen was they learned they can run the ball efficiently enough to get drives going. If you look back at the Tony Pollard 27-yarder, like that wasn't no hold to me. I can criticize him because I'm not a player anymore. I thought that should have been a big run. They were able to move the pocket a little bit more as far as what's up front. Like I know Baldinger had a bunch of their tape out there, man. Like those dudes were hip-to-hip moving guys. There were some negative plays. There were some 1-yard gains. But in 1 week of the sample size we had going into this bye week in Miami, I see that they can run the ball. I also see that this is not controversial, but I'm going to say it because I got to call it how it is. I also saw whenever a quarterback stands in the pocket and deliver, the protection ain't bad. It's just when you start moving around the pocket, that's when it becomes problematic for guys like myself. I posted a clip on my Instagram of the Steelers versus the Cowboys, and Ben had conditioned us, though. Like, that's the thing. We knew that with Ben, he's going to extend the plays. I inherited that from him. It's something I had to learn to adjust to, right? And there were times where he only stayed in the pocket, too, but Will Levis isn't that type of quarterback that can play backyard football like that anymore because he doesn't have that cohesion with his receivers to know where they're going to be at or the confidence in his throws to get the ball there, in my opinion. So having Mason stay in the pocket, and I know he didn't deal it and he wasn't spectacular, but on his first couple of passes in the game, he gave the ball and stayed in the pocket to deliver passes that those guys were capable of catching. I will also say this, that red zone pass that he had to Tig that came to Tig really hot, if you go back and just look at the pureness of the play, he threaded that between, I think, a linebacker, a DB, to where only Tig can get it with his right hand. Tig just wasn't ready for that pass in that moment. So, yes, I think they got better, but it was only 1 week with a very small play calling sheet, the way I looked at this last week. But I'm encouraged because we, as a whole show, did not say much about MPF. He may have had one play at the beginning of the game, but we didn't mention MPF this week. And when he's bad, I'm going to call him that. But when he's also good, I got to say, hey, I'll give you one play. Everybody get got every once in a while.
Guess who the top offensive lineman for PFF was, ratings?
Top offensive lineman? I think it was MPF.
It was MPF.
Yep. But here's the other context.
Yeah.
It was because they ran so much and he had a high run grade.
Yep.
His pass protection was only like a 46. Now, again, I ain't mad at it because they didn't have to throw the ball much at all anyway. But it is something, again, I said it on y'all show. Like, pass protection is like art. Like, you start off drawing stick figures like I did in kindergarten. If you stick with it and that's your passion, you'll start to draw hands and eyes and faces and noses. And then if you know art, you know that's hard. Like, it has to grow over time. It just sucks because he missed all of last year for that initial growth, right? And so he don't understand what it is right now. He's still playing catch-up. It's a matter of, can he do it again? And Savage, what happens if you do something good again?
Yeah, do it again.
Do it again. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's all we asking. That's how we find consistency right there. If I know that consistently he's going to give me one bad play, I can live in the game plan and look, I don't know when it's coming, but MPF going to give us one. If the other 68 plays is good, he can be my starter then.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Defensively, what were your thoughts defensively? And if you had to just pick out one, you're picking out parts, knowing that you had Snoop Huntley back there, and there was only so much that he was going to be able to do, but you still had to go out and treat a team the way you're supposed to treat a team. What was your thoughts on the defense?
Easily, because Snoop Huntley was back there, easily the 4 defensive interior linemen.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about James Lynch, Abdullah Anderson, Sebastian Joseph Day, and our doggone Tavondre Sweat.
Yeah.
They started off with 5. They ended up losing Keandre Colburn in the game, right? So I don't think y'all understand. Like, you just walked out in that stadium, and you were sticky. It was that muggy out there. So to see them big men play the way they did, like the play that James Lynch had on that 4th down, awesome. When we saw Tavondre was the highest rated, what, this week?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, and you know all of that, what we're saying to, and I'm not mistaken, just Sebastian Joseph Day got another sack. Abdullah Anderson was all over the play. I'm on the sideline, and I don't know if I've ever seen Coach Tracy Rocker be so excited for watching a guy like James Lynch and Abdullah Anderson make plays, man. Like, it was cool to see, because you get an OG like him to move in social emotions, then you know you had a good day. Mine, hands down, goes to the interior defensive line this past game. They were awesome considering the circumstances.
I love it. Big Savagery, Ramon Foster. Catch him at RK Dub. Weekday morning, 6 to 10. Thank you, Ramon.
Mm-hmm.
Love you, brother.
Appreciate it, Savage.
There he goes. Big Savage. So he agreed with our rosters.
A couple little mix-ups, but
he eventually went with it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, when we come back, some more Titans talk. Also, what did the commissioner say about a college football commissioner? It was interesting comment. Now is your chance to win. Smashville, the Nashville Predators 2024-2025 season is almost here, and 104.5 The Zone has your chance to win tickets to see your Preds in action this weekend. Be caller number 5 now to win 2 tickets to see the Preds host Carolina for their next preseason game of the season this Saturday at Bridgestone Arena. Be caller number 5 through to Zeph right now, 615-737-1045.
Hello, I'm Ashley Northington, Chair of Moving Forward of Middle Tennessee. The upcoming transit referendum is a game changer for our economy, business leaders, and the entire community. A robust transit system is essential for a thriving economy. With 54 miles of high-capacity transit corridors and 86 miles of new sidewalks, this plan enhances Nashville's connectivity, making it easier for everyone to get where they need to go. This isn't just about transportation, it's about economic empowerment. For business leaders, reliable transit means a more productive workforce. Shorter commutes boost productivity and job satisfaction, helping businesses attract and retain top talent. Improved transit also drives sales and supports local economies by making it easier for customers to reach businesses. The benefits extend to the entire community, connecting people to essential services, education, and recreation. This creates a more inclusive city where everyone can access the resources they need to thrive. Supporting the Choose How You Move transit referendum is an investment in our future. This is about creating a city where businesses can flourish, residents can thrive, and the community enjoys a higher quality of life. Join me in backing this transformative opportunity. Let's build a Nashville where everyone has the opportunity to succeed and to prosper. Visit the link in the caption to learn more about the referendum, how it will support our community, and how you can get involved. Thank you.
modern day technology. Chuck Woolery.
Hey, dog. Good job, Zeph. That's dope right there. Oh, my boy. I'm telling you, man, I watch them things all day long, back to back to back.
Newlywed Game. And
they used to do 2, and then the third one would come on, they'll be like, well, we'll catch up with you next week and see how your date went with such and such. You'd be like, dang, man.
It was such a good tease opportunity.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Because you didn't want to miss it.
Nah,
like soap operas, man.
That was my show. I love Connection.
3HL 104.5, the zone. Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Don Davenport is in Stillwater, Oklahoma, in advance of West Virginia and Oklahoma State. Friday edition coming up tomorrow. We've got Josh Ward and Greg Cosell. Also, Mark Mariani will be in studio from 3 until 4:15. Mm-hmm. Raiders head coach Antonio Pierce has received an 8-year show cause for recruiting violations during the COVID-19 dead period while he was at Arizona State. He was associate head coach, co-defensive coordinator, and recruiting coordinator. His head coach, Herm Edwards. Mm. Violations include taking recruits' parents to gentlemen's clubs, travel expenses on unofficial visits, and more.
They sound crazy. What did they want them to do, though? That's what I want to know.
Like, how did they end up in that conversation? Like, who wanted to go, Pierce or the parents?
It's definitely and they said
the parents.
Yeah, it's definitely the parents. Like, you got to listen on these recruiting trips. You got to entertain everyone. So it's not like he was taking the kids there. The kids was with the players.
So if like Ed and Charmaine want to go to the gentleman's club, then you're going to the gentleman's club.
Like, dog. First of all, these parents are getting younger and younger. Like his parents walking in 28, 29, 30 years old, man. Like they.
Oh, geez.
Like what? You don't think it is?
17-year-old?
Hell yeah. Man, all right, you better get out here, y'all, and see what's going on.
Well, 30, she would have had him at 13.
You better get out here and see what's going on. You better figure out what's going on in life.
So the young parents want. I always like see the stories about grandma getting involved in the recruiting. Like you got to really sell grandma. You think grandma's going to the strip club?
Man, grandma just 50. Yeah.
He had to show them around where Phoenix was.
Man, listen here, man. All right, okay. Anybody that's been recruited, they ain't tripping off this. They like, oh yeah, really? Which one they go to? I mean, which restaurant they go to eat at? Like,
meanwhile, me and Zeph were like, holy cow, he's taking the parents to the gentleman's club.
I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. I did too.
I was like, yeah, okay.
Nobody took your mom to the strip club, did they?
No, my Dukes definitely ain't going. My Dukes ain't with all that.
I mean, don't even bring it up.
Nah, it ain't no need. But it's some out there, like my son going to visit. Hell yeah, take me. What you talking about? Like, let's go have a good time. What
Are
we
you going to
doing?
be like that Florida, like the Florida dad who put on the full uniform?
You want me to be a clown?
Do y'all remember that?
No, I just want.
You want me to be a clown?
No, he's just talking about this guy.
I remember it.
I don't remember that.
I think it's a clown. Like I played. That father must have never played. Like what I look like putting on the uniform?
Like Zeph wanted to put on the uniform.
See, those are parents that I think they look like they're trying to live through their kids. Like I ain't trying to like, dog, you good. Like Melo, I understand Melo putting on his Syracuse jersey, Cayenne putting on his jersey, you know what I mean, and Lala putting on the jersey. Like that's different. But dog, that man, I saw that. I remember that. That man put on full uniform and gear. Like. No, dog.
So if Lil Ron gets recruited, you want to be taken to the gentleman's club?
Man, entertain me.
Entertain me.
Yeah, like what? Like what
are we here for?
We gonna go back to the room and just like what are he doing? He having a ball, ain't he? I want to have a ball too. Take me and my old lady with me. Yeah, we finna go have a good time. Yeah, like man, see, this is what you gotta understand.
Gosh, you cracked me up.
Now, what people gotta understand is like gentleman clubs ain't just like gentleman clubs. Like, it's really pure entertainment. Like, you can go there and watch games. You feel what I'm saying? The food is fire. You know what I mean? Like, them the kind I'm used to going to. I ain't, you know.
There's not one of those in Nashville.
Not anymore.
Not like that.
Not anymore.
Are you surprised?
Hell yeah. That's what we missing. That's the only thing we missing.
I read the story like a month ago that the, what is it, Thunder from Down Under is coming here?
Oh, yes. I ain't about to miss that.
They just have the one thing in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
That stays open all the time. Now they're bringing one here.
Yeah, it's perfect for it here.
All the woo girls?
That's the number one bachelorette city in the world. Yeah, like shoot. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I was not surprised by that story.
I'm telling you.
This from SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey on the idea of a college football commissioner. Brandon Marcello tweeted this out. This is from the Triple Option podcast.
What did he say?
I've studied it a little bit, and I come back to I don't want to dumb down the SEC to be part of some super league notion with 70 teams that some people would speculate would happen. They want to be us, and that's on them to figure it out, not on me to bring myself back down to earth.
That was a big dog comment.
He's turned into a gangster.
You know who you are. You know what league you represent. What league is more powerful than this? What y'all want me to say? I like that, Sankey. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. Throw your weight around, man. Throw your hips around.
I saw writers from outside of the SEC footprint that took big exception to this.
They took exception? Yeah. Oh, that's cool. They're supposed to. They ain't in the SEC. Never will be. Stay over there. They wanted all to join up because they like, dang, look at this one conference with all this power.
Who did I read? What's coming up next, Zeph?
Parsley.
Oh, do the Parsley for sure. Let's go ahead and do that. And then what?
The 3HL after party, and then it'll be Thursday Night Football at 7.
Perfect. I'm going to find this writer and what he had to say about Sankey. What's the Parsley, Zeph Dog?
2 Parsleys. Bring me my money.
What you got going for Thursday?
All right, here we go. 2 Parslays for you. I got 3. The third one I keep to myself because it's a little lengthy. But the 2, one of them is Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown. Falcons money line. Bijan Robinson 2+ touchdowns. And the Falcons over 22.5 points. Get you to plus 517. The other one is Mike Evans over 59.5 receiving yards. Baker Mayfield over 242.5 passing yards. Mike Evans anytime touchdown. Chris Godwin 40+ yards receiving.
Well, that's a whole lot.
That's easy right there.
Oh, you think it's easy?
Mike Evans over. Mike Evans anytime touchdown. Baker Mayfield over. Chris Godwin 40+. Look at how easy it was. Bijan Robinson anytime touchdown. Falcons money line over 22.5 Falcons points. Bijan Robinson 2+ touchdowns. Let's get this money, man. Bring me my money.
I love it.
I love it too, y'all.
Man, we're at the end of the week.
We rock and roll with
this. Did you see the weather for next week? Once we get through the weekend and the mid-80s this weekend?
What's it going to be?
It's down in the 70s like forever.
Is it raining, though?
Not for a while.
Here we go, then. Let's roll.
I saw one low temperature in the 40s.
Bring me the football weather. I got my hands open, my arms open. I love it. I want it all. All the football weather.
Well, you're going to get it 56 days in a row of football. That's what we got coming.
Yep. You get a Parsley every day.
Appreciate y'all listening. Appreciate you including us in your day. We do not take that lightly, nor do we take it for granted.
Zeph lights out.
Hope y'all have a great night. Good night. God bless.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be unless you're Tajay Spears, Traylon Burks, or Zeph, who's ready to go.